The Star.
Yeah, y'all already know. Seven the pan. That dude Biz on the beat. Yeah. We live in entertainment. Sound change. Round the kings, homie. This is where it get ill. About to have the tip off live as a tip drill. From the court to the diamond, to the track, to the big skin, flying round the field, starting five forever, keeping it real. If it matters in the world of sports, jeans and long sleeves, they taking no shorts. Hot to death, oh yes, these other sports podcasts live as a pros course. Biz market wave, the starting five goes off. No matter who you cheer for, emotions out the window, they analyze it with clear thoughts. They take it way deeper than the boys ever. No longer got any use for the four letters. The latest news, score stats and the view from the sideline. Ain't no guideline, it's just the truth. Yeah, no need to dig for a pardon line. It's always in season if people start five. We going in on three, run the baseline, start five. We got what you need. If the sports news you see, we don't waste time. We talking cause we live it. We got what you need. We going in on three, run the baseline, start five. We got what you need. And y'all know me, seven sign, I'm the illest cat stick. I got what you need.
This is rare. This is very, very rare when I have to start the show off by myself, but it is what it is. What up, everybody? It's your boy, the man at DJ on Age 5, your mom's favorite fat guy from the deepest, darkest Africa. And we are back with the newest episode of the Star 5 podcast to get all the housekeeping stuff out the way before the brothers start filing in slowly. As always, hit that box. Go to hookstrub.com, get 20% off your order using that code STARTING5. I could still shout out Dubby, but we haven't done that in forever because nothing has come from it. But if you want to, we got the code at W that gives you 10% off your order using the code STARTING5. We got a good show for y'all as soon as these motherfuckers come in here, but we're going to be going over, of course, the NBA playoffs and what happened last night between San Antonio and the Oklahoma City Floppers. That's why the show's called Flop City, because we got to get into that. Number one, we gotta remember that the flopping shit used to happen in our generation too. Shout outs to the dude, real. I think he goes by Real Deal Sports. Dude, Damian Adams on TikTok. He actually made a Mount Rushmore of famous floppers in NBA history. I believe he had Manu Ginobili, Reggie Miller, James Harden, and one more name that is going to come back to me. But if not, go to that man's page and go check that out. But we're definitely going to talk about the floppers. Of course, we're going to talk about four-fifths of us New York Knicks, New York Knickerbockers sweeping our way into the NBA Finals. We're going to go over Complex's top 50 rappers in New York history, because this has been a point of contention across the whole internet in recent times. I mean, that the list only came out a couple days ago. And when everybody comes in, I'm going to read this again, but I'm going to read off this now so we have an understanding of what their freaking thought process was in making said list. And even after I read their criteria, a bunch of the names on this list still don't make no damn sense. But Complex's 50 best rappers from New York, the criteria has to fit lyrical ability, songwriting, influence, and cultural impact. Lyrical ability, let's remember these things: lyrical ability, songwriting, influence, and cultural impact. But somebody who makes a cultural impact to the Star Five podcast showed up. What up?
Hey, what's up? I didn't know we were starting the show. I thought you was going back in a few minutes.
No, I told y'all I said I rescheduled it. I didn't say what time, but I set it for 2:30 and then I said fuck it. But anyway, I was just doing a basic intro, letting the people know, whoever decides to come in to watch or watch later on YouTube, what we're going to be discussing today. And I was just going over, we're going to discuss Complex's top 50 New York rappers list. And I literally just got finished stating what their criteria is. Now, you as a man who likes to make lists, we just did one last month on the Lisper podcast, talking about greatest wrestlers. We did what, a top 20, correct?
Yes.
And within said top 20, we within said top 20, we went by the criteria that you fit. And you
Mhm.
are a guy when making lists who enjoy criterias.
Yes.
Now, TJ, who just popped in, I don't know if you're gonna like this criteria either, but what up, kid?
What's good, yo? Hey,
Complex's Complex's criteria for their top 50 best New York list is lyrical ability, songwriting, influence, and cultural impact.
can I ask you a question? Are they all weighed the same?
This is where we can have the adult conversation because we are adults in this room. But Tyrone, as a man who likes criteria, is that enough for you? Because to
No,
me, that's not enough.
that's not enough for me because I feel like commercial success has to kind of factor into that. I mean,
So I think that's where the cultural impact comes in. Though
yeah, but cultural
commercial
impact and
success,
commercial,
commercial success and yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry, because I think we was about to say the same thing.
um, yeah, I don't know. I don't think you can have a cultural impact and not have commercial success. Like J. Cole has a cultural impact, but commercially he's not as successful as like somebody like Jay Z. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't know. But the other thing I don't like is songwriting because my thing is this: if it's based on songwriting, then people have to make the list that aren't on the list. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Hmm.
are we going to act like
And already he froze.
I just want to
because
know is
all I hear about Papoose is how he wrote so many hits for so many other people. So when we go,
Because I know. All right, I'm gonna read off this list as best as I can read off this damn screen here. But
what I'm
we're
saying
gonna go through
is
10 at we're gonna go through 10 at a time. When I read the list, we're gonna go through 10 at a time. And just off that criteria alone, out of the bottom 10, a handful of them don't make it off of songwriting alone. Well, go ahead, TJ. What was you gonna say?
I'm just asking, is each category weighed the same? Do they all, or is songwriting 20% of it? Is cultural impact 15? Are they all carrying the same weight across the board? Because if they do, like you said, like we all agreeing to, some people shouldn't be on that list at all.
Yeah. So let me get through the bottom 10. We're gonna go through this 10 by 10. Number 50.
well, hold on. I just had a
Go
question.
ahead. Go ahead.
Um, for songwriting, right? Don't they have to actually be the person that wrote the song?
That's
You
what
know
I
what I
would
mean?
Yeah,
think. That's
yeah,
what I would think.
absolutely.
And this is what makes like again for criteria purposes, and I'll repeat for the fourth time: lyrical ability, songwriting, influence, and
Mm-hmm.
cultural impact. Those are the four pieces that they gave, and that's it. Ice Spice at number 50. Wait, how
That's
old is this? Because the original
no,
one that I seen, Pharaoh Monch, wasn't on it.
it just came out last week, I think.
Yeah. I gotta find the right one. Let me find the right one that everybody's been discussing because no, why so Pharaoh Monch is on this, unless this is an old one. Cause my man, shout out to the homie Mike Source, of course. He was talking about this list and he was mentioning how is Pharaoh Monch not on here. But okay, let's just go. Oh no, see, I got this whack ass tablet for free. Now it was free, so I don't give a fuck. This shit can go to the garbage in 5 minutes. Okay, here it is. Here's the one. Here's the one. Because the other one was absolutely ridiculous. But all right. Number 50, French Montana. 49, A Boogie with the Hoodie. 48, Lloyd Banks. 47, Biz Marquee. 46, Styles P. 45, Jim Jones. 44, Grand Poobah.
How is Jim Jones ahead of Styles P?
43, my boy Fabulous. 42, Paz the Noose. 41, Melly Mel. So yes, TJ, I was Jim Jones ahead of Styles P. If we're talking lyrical ability and songwriting, no disrespect to Biz Marquee, even though he deserves to be higher because of the influence
Right.
and
And
history and
Kane wrote
legend.
Kane wrote some of
But
his shit.
Kane wrote a bunch of his shit. You know what I'm saying? Kane wrote a bunch of his stuff. I'm sure A Boogie and French. I think everybody on here for the most part. Yeah, no, everybody down here definitely writes their own shit. It's just which is shit and which isn't. And you know how I feel. There's a lot of shit. There's a bunch of shit down here.
Styles
But
P shouldn't even be in that group. He
no,
shouldn't
wait a
even be
minute.
in that fucking group.
But wait a minute though. It goes back to what you say outweighs the other. Because I can argue that Jim Jones has better songwriting and better cultural influence than Styles P.
Not after the
song
verses. Not
No,
after
song
no,
the
no,
verses.
listen.
Not after
songwriting.
the verses.
Listen.
That's
No,
cultural
No, y'all
impact.
gotta listen. Y'all
That's
nah,
gotta
nah,
cultural
understand
nah.
impact, bro.
But that
No,
was a moment. That was a moment.
we,
But songwriting, songwriting. Jim Jones does not write good songs. Can he rap? Yes. Does he
no,
write good rap? Decent raps? Decent raps. Songwriting Styles P's got him
no.
beat by far. And
I
it's
don't
just
think
not
so.
talking on a. Okay, keep go ahead. Explain.
I don't think so because Styles P, as a singular artist, does not have no hit big as the only two hits that we know Jim Jones wrote. Two songs that Jim Jones wrote are way bigger than anything Styles P ever written or ever did as a singular artist. So we only know Jim Jones. We only really know Jim Jones from two fucking songs, and they are the biggest songs like in part of rap history for real. You
Well,
see what I'm saying?
balling and what's the second one? Balling and what?
No, I can't even think of it. It's
Yeah,
another
so
one that
don't
was
say
close
two
to
songs because I'm gonna put Styles P's I Get High over
No,
balling easily.
nowhere
But
near.
wait a minute.
Nowhere
Wait a
near it
minute.
though.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You can't put that one criteria over all the other shit that's
But,
on
but
that criteria list.
so
That one thing can't carry Jim Jones over
it's
Styles
only
P.
four things. It's only four things, and the Dipset movement was a bigger cultural influence than anything the Knox
Yes,
did.
yes,
And
yes,
the songwriting,
yes.
um, Jim Jones has a bigger hit than Styles P ever had. I'm sorry, but Ballin' was way bigger than what I Get High.
It was bigger. That doesn't mean it was better. There's a
No,
lot
you
of
were
people.
talking to
There's
us.
a lot of people. I know that, but I'm just saying. There's a lot of people who got hits on here, but that doesn't mean that their hit was better than especially just in personal. We can only kind of talk from our own purviews, but even on like in some respects, depending on the circles you run in, the masses of the circles you run in, a lot of people would probably feel the same. That balling, I give up balling because it was y'all New York Giants like Super Bowl era run song.
That's what carried the song. Actually,
That's
that
one of them
carried the
things,
song.
and it carried the song because a large number of professional sports teams and stuff was running that joint because why? There was sports leagues cause that was playing with balls. So it fit. So it fit. But I Get High ran just as long as like a top radio single when it came out, just like Balling. But Balling definitely cracked another level, cracked to another stratosphere. But is it a better song? Personal choice. I don't think so. That's just me. I won't
Oh,
say so. But
I
I
know that
agree.
was
I agree with you to a point, Tyrone. I just don't think it's a better
yeah,
song.
yeah, balling and the pop
Hold on, can I
champagne,
say can I say this?
pop
I
No,
think it
champagne.
was a
Yeah.
bigger
Pop
song.
Champagne was Ron Browse's song, so you can forget that.
So the
That's Jim
reason it
Jones,
was
baby.
big because it crossed over. That was
Right.
the
I thought
reason.
that was Jim
Before
Jones.
it crossed over, I don't think it was just as big a song as I Get High.
Nah, because that was some shit that he was just performing in like the clubs,
Right,
you know.
right.
But
It
but it crossed over.
right.
It crossed over.
If you really want to
Um,
say cultural impact, Joe Button should be on the list because
but
uh
Joe
Pump
Budden
It
ain't
Up.
from New York. Joe Budden's from Jersey.
He's from Jersey. Yeah. Okay, you're right.
Okay.
I forgot that
Okay.
part. You're right. Yep.
Um. All right. Um. Positive News at 42.
That's a
That just
travesty. He's
it feels
criminally
like that,
underrated.
TJ. But I think it was like they had to put him on the list because recency bias of what they just did on on this recent album.
I get
And
it. I
and
get it.
that album, like I was talking to shout out to the brother JP. We're gonna eventually link in the couple coming weeks with us and Generations of the Game. Um I was just saying like that album that they just released, Cabin in the Sky, was a perfect album.
So
Like
Absolutely.
damn near flawless album. But for Pasta News making this low, it feels like all right, you know what, we gotta pay him respect.
yeah, well, once again, man, once again, it's the criteria. It's the criteria, and I'm sorry, but like De La Soul doesn't. De La Soul for you guys, maybe I don't know. Maybe it was different in New York, but they don't have the cultural impact like they should because in Philly, like nobody's De La Soul fan. Like nobody listen to De La
I
Soul for real.
I would
Like in
disagree
That's
Philadelphia.
like
that I would
saying in Philly
No,
nobody listens to the Roots.
no,
It's the
no.
which
same thing,
but
bro.
a lot of people don't really fuck with the Roots in Philly
We
though,
not. Yeah,
which
listen.
is funny to say.
De
This is a
La Soul is
conversation
not
I was
big.
having with JP the other
De
day.
La Soul was not big with me growing up in the 90s with rap. De La Soul was not big. The Roots was not big. The Roots had their radio songs. That's all we listened to. Nobody really. The Roots ain't big neither. The Roots is not a big group in Philly, bro. The Roots is
Let's
not a
not
big.
say let's not say nobody.
No, I'm just saying in
Let's
Philadelphia.
not say nobody,
Listen,
but
listen.
not everybody in Philly. Let's just say it like that. Not everybody.
Well,
Because we
I'm gonna
can't
say
say
this.
nobody. We can't say nobody, but yet but Questlove can put together the Roots picnic in Philly every
Yeah,
year.
yo, that's Joe. That's Joe shit. That ain't cause they Roots fans. That's Joe shit. That shit like it's a picnic, it's a party. People want to go. If
Yeah, I
I
understand.
had money to put together a picnic in Fairmount Park every year, it would sell out too. It ain't. It's just that they had the money to do it. They got a little bit of name, but the Roots is not that popular in Philly in hip hop culture. De La Soul definitely was not popular
No,
with
I
me
can dig
growing up
it.
in hip hop culture in
I can
Philadelphia.
dig it. But I mean, but to the culture of hip hop overall, De La Soul was
Huge.
far more influential than the credit you're giving them right now. Which
Facts.
again, I
Maybe
understand.
I
I
don't
understand
know.
because we're all talking from our own personal perspectives and shit. But I mean, I know people personally whose their cleanup song, shout out to my boy Flip, their cleanup song for the house was Saturday, the roller skating jam. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Buddy, me, myself, and I. The whole Balloon Mind State album was just, but they stayed. The thing with them commercially is they stayed a course that always remained true to them.
Correct.
That always remained true to them. What?
And that's fine. That's fine if you want to do that. But then, if you want to remain a course that remains true to you, you don't want to be a sellout, you don't want to make the commercial records and all that, then when lists like this come out, you're going to be low on them. Like you said, Dan, you get on the list out of respect. And so, yeah, you make the list out of
No, yeah.
respect.
Well, that's what I'm saying for Paz the Noose. I
Yeah.
understand why he would be so low because looking at all the names on here, it reads to me that it's people who they occasionally go to that style of music. You understand what I'm saying? Like they occasionally go to that style of music. But for Paz the Noose, I mean, for people like us on a list like this, Big O, Paz the Noose feels criminally low. But
Yeah.
to me, it makes sense. It makes sense for the four-piece of criteria that they gave, which, oh, since you just jumped in, I'll read it back to you as we're
Mm.
going through these by 10.
Mm.
Lyrical ability, songwriting, influence, and cultural impact.
Okay.
So Paz the Noose, influentially as far as a rhyme style, Paz's rhyme style is not like anybody else's. He got that rhyme that not anybody, not just anybody can do that shit, and not anybody should do that shit. But De La as a group influentially, that's different because you're putting the whole group.
No.
Yeah.
No,
No,
but
and then,
we're not putting the
right.
whole group, Tyrone. So I understand that. I'm just saying you would have to talk the full group to talk about the true influence to really, really big up. You understand what I'm saying? But for Pies and News to be this low. But now Melly Mel to be this low. It's another one of those things where the hip hop head in me may or may not agree, but I understand. And here's partially why. And y'all could feel this however you want to feel it, right? How many albums does Melly Mel have?
That was the point I was going to make.
And this was an argument that again, shout outs to the brother Source. I was on his live earlier. I wanted to be on longer because I had way more points to make about this. But it's hard to create lists like these and not put a lot more of the original founders of the art form within this culture. When if you try to apply the album standard to things, they weren't doing albums in that generation. But yet they are the foundations for everything rap wise we have today.
Rappers like Melly Mel. You said culture. You said culture, right? Was part of the criteria.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's probably he ranks high on that as far as that aspect. What he the culture, what he brought to the culture.
Right.
Other than that, I don't know. And like
I
you
mean,
said, he doesn't have a large body of work.
cultural. I mean, songwriting and what was it? Songwriting and lyrical ability. I mean, it didn't help his case trying to do that diss record against Eminem.
Right.
Here's the thing too. You gotta understand that this list is being made currently, and it's like out of sight, out of mind. It's like how far do they go back? Because like yeah, if this was done back then, Melly Mel could be higher on that list. But as you go over
No,
time,
yeah, no doubt,
body of work
no
and all
doubt.
that. So it's like we still gotta incorporate 2000. We gotta incorporate up until now. So
No,
up
no
until
doubt,
now,
no doubt.
Melly Mel starts to go doom, doom, doom. You know what I mean? Because people,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Tyrone, if we were to come out with this list back in 1985, there'd be like 12 rappers we were talking about.
Right.
I'm just
Right.
saying though.
You'd have to bring up your homie from the block. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? The dude from the next neighborhood over, shit like that. Like that. I understand. I understand. But this was just the bottom 10. So the next 10, 40, ASAP Rocky, 39, Cool Mo D, 38, Nori, 37, MC Light, 36, Ja Rule, 35, Cool Keith, 34, ODB, 33, Foxy Brown, 32 Jizza, and 31 Fat Joe.
Mm, I think Fat Joe should have been in the last 10.
Wow.
I mean, Joe is nice, and then
But
he eventually went to that lane of the I'm
the
just doing
commercial route,
everything for the check. Yeah.
yeah,
Right,
But
right,
yeah,
right.
but
and
the joint but his joints was still good though.
yeah,
But
yeah,
but
yeah. I mean, I
but
can't knock Joe because he's not really a lyricist, but he's had monster hits,
but
monster hits.
You said good solid albums. That Don Cartagena album
that,
was a good album.
And
Definitely one you can name.
go ahead, Tyrone.
but when you do when you
Okay.
do when you do songs like Lean Back and you do songs like All the Way Up, that puts you high up on the songwriting criteria. That puts you real high
Right,
up on there. When you make songs like that are hits, bona fide hits that lasted and stood test of time and all that and became bona fide hits,
Right.
that
Right.
puts you high up on that songwriting criteria. You know what I'm saying? So
So
Yeah,
you
basically,
I
got
like
give
so
you
so
that.
okay so okay so in that aspect then we got to put we got to bump Ja Rule up too then
where's
I
Ja Rule
guess.
at?
At number
350
number 36.
right
Yeah,
yeah, he had
pre
huge hits,
right
Ja Rule
bigger
is
than
350
Fat
he had
Joe.
hits.
Ja Rule is bumped up though. I think Ja Rule was in the lane he's supposed to be in on this list.
Yeah, I'm not mad at him being there, but
Yeah,
also see now the cultural impact aspect of things. Uh, again, Fat Joe had people doing dances to his tracks or whatever. Now
but
I
look,
gotta think. I also gotta kind of think. I'm just saying the lean back shit.
Yeah,
yeah,
But
yeah.
thinking cultural aspect wise too, like Fat Joe put on the greatest Puerto Rican rapper ever in Pun.
Yeah,
Fat Joe, you can which by way of pun put Terror Squad into the lexicon. Fat Joe culturally on a fashion sense. He was one of them first MCs in the 90s that niggas forgot about FJ 560, the Fat Joe 560 brand. And them
yeah,
leather
Oh
jackets that
yeah.
he had was hard as fuck.
well, let's
yeah,
Was hard as fuck. And we're not adding groups, but rap wise, he might be the weakest link, but it shows that it's not that weak of a link when you are a part of DITC. Like he
let's
might be the least, but he's not the
right,
weakest. I'm like
right.
it's still strong compared to others, is what I'm saying. It's still
I mean,
strong
I liked
compared to
him better
others.
than AG. I liked him better than Show
But what
Diz and
about
Nah,
AG.
I
so
fucks with Andre the Giant. Fuck that. Even though niggas like 5'5", 5'6".
Oh, and okay,
AG's.
okay. Now you mentioned Jizzle. Genius
I,
is
I
lyric
did
lyric
not. Oh yeah, it's number 32.
right.
Yeah, my bad.
So lyrically, lyric wise, if that was lyric wise alone, he needs to be bumped up too. You know,
If it's
then he
lyric,
has
cultural,
the other things.
cultural impact,
If you want to
Not
say
on the same
culturally, if you want
being
to
one of
say
the best MCs in the Wu Tang Clan, like
yeah,
yeah,
if you want to say culturally, you got to associate it with him being part of Wu Tang Clan, which
correct.
That's
automatically
what
would
I'm
put him
saying.
in like the top 5 and shit. You know what I'm
and
saying?
and not only that, because his first album, Words from the Genius, and all that, helped put the Wu Tang like in motion in a way.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah.
if him and RZA didn't go through what they did in them times,
There'd be no
to
Wu
then
Tang.
eventually there might not be a Wu Tang. If
Yeah,
he popped just off Words of the Genius from the Genius and the Come Do Me record, then you know what I'm saying? Like if they it could have been a different story for Wu Tang overall. It could be no Wu Tang.
So he's got the lyrics and he's got the lyrics and that's basically it. Like Like
No,
we gotta
he's got the
understand.
lyrics. He's got the
Oh,
song.
what else?
See, songwriting. If you're just tying,
He doesn't-
here's where the problem will be, Tyrone, because I know where you're going. If you're just tying songwriting to commercial success, then this this makes this list even more trash. And a
Just
lot of the
listen
great
to it.
MCs we're talking about shouldn't be on this list according to what I'm thinking you're thinking.
This list is trash.
It
But
is trash.
what I'm thinking, I feel as though is correct because songwriting means that you have to have good songs, and good songs are based. The way these people think a song is good is not based on personal opinion. It's based on these songs becoming mainstream big hits. I can't believe that their criteria is just based on like the writing of good songs. No, for a song to be considered a good song, I believe based on their criteria, it's got to be they got to have mainstream songwriting hits.
So according to your logic, the wrong
Or
list
his
that I was reading,
criteria.
so your criteria and your logic, the wrong list that I was reading off before, Ice Spice would be over Jizza.
In
And
songwriting,
on this list,
like,
Cardi B would be over. Cardi B is over. They put Cardi B over Jizza, what I'm gonna read in the next 10. But she's not a better writer nor rapper than the Jizza. But
her
hit
song,
wise, she got
based on
hits.
that criteria, she's a better songwriter than Jizzle. I'm sorry, the song we ain't talking about lyrics. We're talking about songs. Cardi B has better song catalog than Jizza has, as far as like mainstream commercial success, and that's why she's able to be on this list ahead of him. Why
But
would
that's
Cardi
not.
be on this list ahead of Jizza?
Okay,
Why?
you're saying that songwriting equates to radio hits. That's
Yes,
Yes,
basically
that's
what you're saying.
big hit. Yes, they don't consider it a good song if it's not a big mainstream hit. And like I said, I'm only going off of their criteria, and I'm going off of based on their list. So based on their criteria, how could Cardi B be ahead of Jizzle? How?
so based off of
That's
their
what I'm saying.
criteria and your thinking of this criteria. My album review subject of Soldier Boy is better than the Jizza because he had more hit songs.
Yes, based on this criteria, the songwriting
That
aspect
one
of it.
criteria can't
I
carry the
know.
whole thing. It
How is
can't carry
Cardi
the
B?
whole thing.
How is
You're
then why is
basing a
Cardi
one
B?
criteria
No,
over everything.
no, I'm saying cultural impact. Jizza doesn't have any cultural impact without Wu-Tang Clan. Jizza doesn't have songwriting over certain people. All Jizza has is lyrics. That's it. On
We
this
just
criteria,
we just
all Jizza has
Bro,
is
you
lyrics.
are
we just
mad.
we
If I'm
just
mad,
defined
if
we
I'm
just
mad, then why is
defined
Cardi B? If
because
I'm mad, then why is Cardi B ahead of Jizza? Why?
why is Cardi B ahead of Jizza? Which again, we'll get to that next 10 in a minute.
All right.
Why Cardi B is ahead of Jizza? Because of what you said earlier. They had to merge the generations together. They had to merge multiple generations. And also for this list, they had to kind of show love to the women. And so I think that they thought like you did, which is, well, she had more commercial success. But like we defined before, you were saying the Jizza ain't shit without the Wu-Tang Clan, but the Wu-Tang
No,
Clan just might not even have been a thing if it wasn't for the foundation that the RZA and the Jizza had set with their previous deals.
you know that. Regular people don't know that shit.
Then
Regular
why are
I
they
people
know
don't
that.
know
making
that shit.
lists? Then why are they
Why?
making lists?
We already
Get
know
the
they're
fuck
not
out of here.
qualified to make
Get the
the
fuck
TJ,
out
we
of
already
here.
know
They're
they're
not
not
making
qualified to
lists.
make the list. TJ,
They
we
made
already
they
know
made
they're not
this list.
qualified
They
to make
made
the
this.
list. That's why we got shitty lists,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
That's why
They
shitty
made this.
lists exist.
They made this list just for this reason right here. So people like us
Exactly.
could debate the shit.
Exactly.
That's it.
Oh, exactly. And it's
You
making
know.
for great conversation.
Yeah.
we
But
fell into the trap, boys. We fell into the trap.
now
We did.
see a person now a person who I think is kind of properly ranked is Cool Keith because
Yes.
Cool Keith lyrically is an acquired taste kind of rapper. He definitely is, especially post ultramagnetic, even during ultramagnetic. But Cool Keith as a whole, from his songwriting, from just his style, his overall everything, he has the lyrical ability, he has the songwriting ability. His influence influenced multiple layers of the underground in so many ways that, like, again, like Tyrone said, the average person won't know, but we will. That's why I think a Cool Keith is rated fine. Could a Ja Rule go up? I will give that
Yeah.
up. I think a Ja Rule could go up. I think a Ja Rule, I don't even think Ja Rule is that great of a rapper. But for this, I could put Ja Rule within that 20 to 30 instead of being at 36.
You know why I say that Ja Rule being at 36 may be a little bit insane? Is only because without Ja Rule, there would be no Drake. Absolutely not. There would be no Drake.
Nah,
Ja
I
Nah,
don't.
Rule
Drake
I,
did.
didn't. Nah, you
Yes,
got that all
look.
wrong.
I,
No,
I
You got
Drake
that all
does.
wrong. The history of
Drake
TJ,
Drake
you're
is
does.
gonna
a different way.
TJ. I'll mention the name that Drake has always said was his main number one influence, and that
Yeah,
person's from North Carolina,
Yeah,
that's right.
and
Fonte.
that's Fonte.
Fonte,
That's not the point.
Fontigale.
The point is, Ja Rule made singing rap acceptable. He made it acceptable. He brought it out.
LL
He
Cool
kind of
J
started it
made
a little
singing
bit.
rap
And
acceptable.
no, man, no, it wasn't. It's not the same, bro. It's not the same. It is not the same at all. Nobody thought of LL as a singing rapper as opposed to how they think of Ja Rule as it. 50 based his whole campaign against Ja Rule on singing and then
Well,
started
50
singing.
based his whole campaign on Ja Rule
But
because
he
of
said
real
he was
street
singing.
beef. Because of real
Yeah,
street beef.
I know,
yeah.
but the
And he
argument was
wouldn't have
that Ja
dared. He
Rule was
wouldn't have dared
singing,
go
Ja
after
Rule was
LL.
singing,
But
Ja Rule was singing.
No, he
And
didn't.
Ja Rule started the whole,
I can't give
and Ja
him the
Rule,
full credit on that, but he made it popping. He definitely
and
made
I
it
think that
popping.
Ja
But
Rule,
to go ahead, and you think Ja Rule?
the whole rap and R&B collab thing started with Ja Rule because before Ja Rule was doing
Absolutely
it,
not.
before Ja
Absolutely
Rule
not.
was doing it, no, before Ja
Go
Rule was
ahead,
doing
go
it,
ahead.
the rappers only had the singers on the hooks. Singers didn't have verses in rap songs. The rappers rapped, the
May
singers on the hooks. Ja Rule started having
pause
verses in
before
his
you
rap
dig your
songs.
hole. Before you dig
What?
even further, may I
Forget it.
introduce you to Cocoa Brothers and Mary J. Blige? May I introduce you to the Wu-Tang Clan, Raekwon and Ghostface with Mary J. Blige?
the
May I
Jungle
Forget it.
Brothers,
may I introduce you to Keith Murray and Mary J?
Houdini.
May freaking Jodeci and all of them? Yes, Houdini.
Jodeci
Nah,
When
I
we
only
think
go
I
had
think
back
I
even
think
one
farther,
song.
I think Tom was saying that rappers were singing, not having R&B singers on a hook.
No,
but was
I'm
Ja
talking
Rule
about
singing, really singing, or did
Yeah.
we look
no.
at his? He wasn't really singing like that.
I'm talking about
Where would
the
I be
songs he has
without
on the song.
you? All I
I'm
want
talking
is
about
you.
where a singer has a verse and a rapper has a verse, and they all have verses throughout the song. Not the singer just singing hooks and bars in the song. I'm talking about where it's a collaborated whole entire
Every
song.
everybody I mentioned,
What?
everybody I mentioned is what
And
you just described.
well, how famous was those songs? Well, I don't know those songs. Tell me one. I don't know those songs like that. Like before Ja Rule that really was going on.
You see,
Like big time like that.
this is the tough part. Only because I can't remember the names of the songs right now, but I know who did these songs. The tough part is the factor of you not being within the radio region that we were in to have heard to hear these songs because they were on our airwaves consistently. While
24/7.
while
Yeah.
while Philadelphia's history with rap music, it took a little longer for it to get on y'all radio airwaves than it did ours. To
Man.
where, yeah, I can understand why you can sit here and say you might not know these songs right now, but if I had the song lists in front of me, I can sit back and look some of them up. You'd be like, oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, but
Oh,
they gotta
okay.
be
I heard that. But again,
because they
this goes
gotta be
back to your
good.
logic of hits,
No,
like
yeah, so it
national
does
hits.
because they still gotta reach a certain level for them to be really considered. Like we know everybody did something before somebody else did it. But if you're the person that did it and took it to another level, then most of that credit, most of that aspiration, most of why other people do it comes from you. And
I don't know, boy.
even if a couple of people did it before you, if you did it at a higher level, then you're the best that done it up until that
No,
point.
no. Well, you
And
can
Ja Rule's
perceive
the
that.
best that done it. Ja
We
Rule's the
can
best
we,
that done
we can
it
perceive that just
to me.
because your reach was further. But again, part of why we're going over those lists is because just because your reach was further doesn't make you better. This is the same argument I used to have with friends of mine when we was arguing when the Nelly versus KRS-One battle was going on. Nelly's reach was huge, but Nelly didn't beat KRS-One the way niggas think that he beat him. Did he
Niggas,
win the battle after what? Yes, because the joint on Freeway, his verse on Freeway's joint, yeah, it stopped him. KRS-One kept going, but nobody was checking for KRS-One's albums like that because he wasn't projecting them out there for everybody, for the masses, for the mainstream, and all of that stuff. So
and
your
that's,
perception is one thing against the actual reality.
but
You can be perceived.
that's exactly
That
what gave Nelly the window. That's exactly why niggas is saying that Nelly won. That's the
right.
only reason why niggas
Yeah,
is saying that Nelly won is because
that's it.
was more popular and he reached more people. So it's a valid
Yes,
point.
just because he was popular.
Right, but that's valid. He won that battle because because of his popularity, which makes popularity a
Hey,
valid point.
Hillary Clinton won the popular vote and she still lost.
Right. Word,
Sometimes
word,
it don't work out in your
word.
favor.
I'm
But
saying,
anyway,
bro. I'm
and
saying.
Kumo D at 39, he could be a little bit up higher in the 30s, but it's
Yeah,
understandable. It's
yeah,
understandable.
yeah.
Let's go to the next. So Cool G Rap is at 30, Big L 29, 28 Mace, 27 Pop Smoke, 26 Raekwon, 25 Tyrone's Cardi B, 24 Q-Tip, 23 Run,
See,
22 Chuck D, and 21 Method Man.
here's what bothers me,
These
right?
are getting more and more egregious, boy.
Here's what bothers me, right?
I'm gonna give you an egregious take in a second, but go ahead,
Here's what
TJ.
bothers me, right? Going off of Tyrone's criteria, none of these dudes should be anywhere right here because these are all lyricists now. G Rap, Big L, Chuck
Yeah.
D, all of these are lyricists. So how'd they get above how did they get above all these other people? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like now the criteria is shifting. Here comes the moving of
Right.
the goalposts. Here comes the moving of the
Yeah.
goalposts.
There's
And
no
it
there's
goes
no
back to what we
consistency
were
in this list,
saying for
man.
the previous 20 that we just did. The goalpost is moving. So now it's moving towards lyricists. Like, what are we doing now? Oh, I
Yes.
thought it was about the hits and cultural impact.
And
Yes, but
and go ahead, Tyrone.
G Rap does not have a cultural hit in the
But
mainstream at all.
but
But
influentially,
yes,
there's a
influentially,
large mass of rappers who
yes,
put Cool G at number one
at the pinnacle,
or
yes,
were heavily influenced off of G Rap
and,
style.
yes.
and TJ, so is lyricism when you're talking about rappers more important than songwriting? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, when we get to the higher numbers,
Lyricism
the
and
lyricists gotta
songwriting
be
to
better.
me are intertwined. Like lyricism and
No, they're
songwriting to
not.
me are intertwined
Yes.
because you
No,
can't you can't have a good song and shitty lyrics. You know what I'm
yes, you
saying?
Uh,
can.
no,
Yes,
but
you
that's the
can.
and now see, but that's the problem because there are super popular songs with shitty lyrics,
Right?
Right,
with beyond shitty lyrics, but
right.
it's because there's too many factors behind that.
But but
It's the machine that's pushing it. It's the people that are listening. A lot of people will push some of this shit up this high just because they don't even listen to the fucking lyrics of the song. The
so
song is a vibe and it just made me feel a certain way. So this is why
so
I'm pushing
Yeah.
this to where the masses
it's
can
not the
play it. But the
it's not the
song
lyrics.
fucking sucks.
It's not the lyrics per se. It's just the hook and the beat. The hook and the beat
Sometimes,
is not
yes.
songwriting. The hook and the
Exactly.
beat is not songwriting. That
Hey,
is not
Exactly.
songwriting.
TJ, I give you
Lyrics
a prime
make
example.
the song.
TJ, I give you a prime example. Cardi B is in this ranking, right?
Right,
She's above some people, right? I praise
right,
Cardi B all the time, right? Cardi B is not a lyricist, bro. Her lyrics
At all.
stink. She's terrible at
Right.
lyrics, but she
Right.
makes good albums and she makes good songs
But
with shitty lyrics.
Tyrone, you're not listening for the lyrics. You're listening for the hook and the catchy beat. That's not songwriting.
It is
That's production. That's production.
Cardi B, but it is to them.
That's
It's in their
production,
criteria.
dog.
If it's not in their criteria, TJ, why is Cardi B on the list? How does she make the list?
Because
No, she makes the list.
she makes
Right.
the list
for women purposes. She makes the list, but this is high. This is really high for her.
Yeah, because of what I'm saying. Because she has popular culture influence, all that shit.
So that what they agreed on the popular influence and stuff like that, but they should have added hit songs as a part of their criteria. Then that would cause answers for a lot of this shit. That would give answer to a lot of this stuff.
But that's why I said that I think that's part of their song. That songwriting is part of their value. That's why I said
they're taking a piece of it. They're not talking about the whole thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because songwriting includes lyrics, bro. You write a song with lyrics. Every other genre, songwriting is about the fucking lyrics. Why is it changing for hip hop?
And also, too, how many of her songs were possibly written for her? How many did her ex-husband might have done? But I'm not mad at Cardi B being on this list, period.
No, we're not mad at Cardi B. Period. We're mad at the people who did this bullshit. But that's another
I'm mad at the
that's the story.
Because she should have been like 89 or 91 or something like that.
Look, here's my
when you're sitting at the car, when you're sitting in your car at the stoplight, and you have a time, you have that chance to, really recite the words to the song, to a Cardi B song or whoever, Ice Spice, Lotto, whoever. I mean, damn, it just so happened I named three women rappers, and you realize how trash it is, and you're like, damn, like I'm mad that I know this song, but to be on the radio back to back to back, so it's almost like you're being indoctrinated.
You're forced to listen to it. Well, you're not forced to.
And that's the fault of the machine. That's the fault of the machine. But here's my take that y'all may or may not find egregious. Run is too high.
I do not.
Run is too high.
Y'all listen.
Run is too high.
Now you deep in you cutting deep now, because this is that was the first album I ever bought. Okay.
Yeah,
and
rock,
for his time, Run was a nasty, nice rapper. Sucker MCs, My Adidas,
2 years ago, a friend of mine.
He's a cat that had people write. He was a cat that had people write for him. DMC used to write a lot of their rhymes. DMC was the better rapper.
But DMC is the better rapper. I'm not going to take that away. But yes,
I think this is where, just for him, in my personal opinion, this is where they're adding the influence of the Run DMC as a whole. This is where they're adding the influence of the Adidas sneaker, him being Russell's brother as a whole. They're adding this to his lore. Because as a rapper, he was the second. Wrestling terms that people love to use that I disagree with. DMC was the Marty Jannetty of Run DMC. Now, the thing, if you know about that saying of, being called the Marty Jannetty, what people don't realize is Marty Jannetty was actually supposed to be that guy above Shawn Michaels at one time. And he was the better wrestler at that time. But who had the more charisma? Who had more flair? Who had more style?
Showmanship.
It was Run. It was Run. So where I understand why he's here up this high. I can personally put him in the 30.
Run would tell you himself DMC was a better rapper than him, though. It's not like that's a secret.
Where is DMC on this list?
He's not.
Is he even on it?
No.
Wow.
And this is what makes things like this slightly more egregious.
But based on the criteria, Run should be high on this list. I mean, the raps weren't lyrical as far as like what we know lyrics to be now, but for what lyrics were back then, it wasn't had
No,
any
but
problems in lyrics,
but
The
let me
right?
tell
point
you,
is
Ty.
the
Let me
point
tell you,
is how
Ty.
many of them came from DMC?
I know,
It,
but we don't. But if we gonna go to
let me tell you,
songwriting
Ty.
again, we gonna
It
have to
wasn't no
have all the
Humpty
ghostwriters.
Dumpty. It wasn't no Humpty Dumpty bullshit rap. Like you know what I'm saying. The dude was
Right,
rapping,
right.
and he made sense, and he had a message. You know what I'm saying? Like he fit all the criteria of a rapper in that time. You're talking about the mid to late '80s. You know what I'm saying? And I think he was a lot better rapper than a lot of those dudes that were in that era. You know what I'm saying?
True,
He was a
true.
top tier rapper for his era. So
And
I
then
can't take that away from him. Now you can't compare him to like the Pharoah Monches and Black Thoughts. That wasn't even established yet. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying?
Right,
So it had to, like you said, it had to start somewhere. But I think they just did that, like you said, Dan, to give him his flowers. You know what I'm saying?
right. Because like I think
no,
Chuck D at 22 is kind of placed fairly.
you
He
could.
could be higher. He should be higher, but I
I
think
think he
Chuck
should
D
be
is
higher.
placed pretty
No,
fairly though.
Agreed.
no,
I think couple spots up.
this is a
18,
top
19, I've
50
been okay
list.
with that.
This is a top 50 list. If you Run just making the list gives him flowers, bro. Run just
That's what I'm
making the
saying.
list gives
That's what
him
I'm
flowers.
saying.
Yeah,
So
Yeah,
no, there
yeah. I'm
wasn't
saying
no. So where he's at on this list is more than just flower giving. That's that's more than
right.
flower giving.
Right.
okay,
And
okay,
I
okay,
think
okay.
that's the point. That's kind of the point I'm trying to get at with Tyrone. It is more than just giving flowers.
Okay,
It's
okay.
adding his Shawn Michaels to the Marty Jannetty aspect of things.
Legacy, all that stuff,
Yeah.
respect.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
I have a
Okay.
question. So this list is it New York or New York City?
New
It's New
York.
York.
Okay.
New York.
New
Because
York.
you also notice not anybody from Griselda made it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Now their legacy compared to most of these names here, most of them isn't that long.
No,
But
but
Pop
they
But
Smoke was
definitely
longer.
they're
carved a niche.
all but
They definitely carved a
everybody
niche.
but everybody from Griselda is better than A Boogie with the hoodie. Everybody from Griselda, everybody from Griselda is better than Lloyd Banks.
And French
Everybody from
Montana.
Griselda is better than
Better than Cardi
French,
B.
better than Fab, better than Cardi, better than Ja
You
Rule,
had to throw
better
that in
than
there.
Better than ODB, who was at 34. Better,
Jim
like
Jones.
Yeah,
yes, they're
yeah,
better than.
yes,
They're
yes.
better than. But this does feel it feels like a New York City list, though let's be
With the with
technical.
the with the
Long
Westchester,
Island
Long
ain't
Island.
yes, yeah,
Yeah,
that they're not New York City. That let's
right,
remember that. They're not New York City. But
right.
let's go to the next 10. Slick Rick, Big Daddy Kane, Mos Def, Yasin Bey, aka Mos Def. Cameron, Jadakiss, Big Pun, MF Doom, Ghostface, Kim, Prodigy.
Now
See,
what's
this
that from?
goes back
That's
to
what number to what number?
This is from 20 to 11.
see,
Okay, I have
this
no
goes
problem with
back
none of them.
to the whole moving of the goalposts with the lyricism and the big hit. You know what I'm saying?
Because
This
Little
goes
Kim,
right back to that.
if we're talking
Endgame,
songwriting, Little Kim don't belong up this high.
Yeah.
She,
he
But
wrote all his
yeah,
shit.
but Impact, she influenced the name that's above her on
yeah,
this list.
Right.
yeah.
She go ahead.
We gotta songwriting means you were a part of the writing team of the song at this point. That's what we gotta say.
Right.
Once you were part of the writing
Right.
team, you get songwriting credit.
Like,
You was in the
you put a
room,
couple
you get a
words. You put a
songwriting credit and shit.
no,
Nah,
but
TJ was
TJ,
sitting right next to me.
TJ, technically, if you were to give me a couple lines to change and I use your
Yes,
words, you are a
yes,
songwriter on this
yes,
project.
yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. For 3 sentences, I get a credit.
Right. You can get a full credit on that damn song as a
Just put
songwriter.
me on the back of the album standing there with a cigar in my mouth. I'm good and shit. You know what I'm saying?
But like for this list, I'll be the one to say it. Doom is fairly placed. He's fairly placed because when you want to talk about influencing, he influenced a large generation of the underground and some of your
To
people
this
that are
day.
up top today Shout outs to Tyler the Creator and people like them. Shout outs to Danny Brown and people like them. Like Doom's influence is very, very large. And that's not even, and you don't even have to mention KMD in this mix.
No.
You don't even have, it was just the Doom and the Mask all alone.
Yeah.
Ghostface at 13 is pretty fair also.
I agree with that.
Kiss at 16 is fair to me also. He's not top 5. I'm sorry. He's not
No,
top
I
5.
didn't. I wouldn't put him top 5.
But
I
he's
wouldn't
not
put him
top
top
10.
5.
I mean, top 10 rappers.
All
Maybe
right, so
10.
I'm gonna play Tyrone here. Why wouldn't you put him in top 5 or top 10? Is it because of his poor album sales or his poor albums or?
Well, I don't think he's, well, we're gonna get to the top 10, but I don't think he's better than the first 5. I don't think he's better than the number 8, 9, or 10. I don't think he's better than Prodigy. I don't think he's better than Ghostface. I definitely don't think he's better than Doom or Pun. I don't think he's better than,
Ooh,
excuse me,
yeah.
I don't think he's better than Yasin Bey. I
No,
don't think he's better than Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
tough.
think I don't and I
those are
number
valid points.
21. I don't think he's better than Method Man.
I don't think he's
Nah,
better than but I don't think it's no way. Yo, I don't know if y'all. I don't know. Listen, Method Man's got the Meth Lab albums. Method Man's got the Blackout albums with Redman. Method Man, listen, I don't. Jadakiss is not better than Method Man. If y'all listen to Method Man's albums, I don't know. I don't know how that's even a comparison. But I will say that Jadakiss is better than Yasin Bey only because of like I said, it's based on his criteria. He is. Nobody cares about Yasin Bey. Nobody cares about Mos Def.
That's crazy.
No, I'm
yo,
telling you, man.
wilding, bro.
On
No,
a
I'm not.
mainstream, I'll give it to you if
Mainstream,
you're
nobody
only
cares about him.
if you're only talking about mainstream, then I'll give it to you.
But this list is including a lot of mainstream shit. That's a
It
lot of
is.
No, it
mainstream
isn't.
shit. Well, yes, it is. Cardi B's on this fucking list, dude.
Big
A lot of
L,
people-
Big L, Cool G
Yeah,
Rap,
but you naming the people that don't care about mainstream. You're naming the lyricists, but you gotta admit that this
but they're
list
on
has
the
a lot of
list.
mainstream shit on there. A lot of people, Cardi B's on this list because of mainstream shit. Okay, Ja Rule's on this
Yes,
list because of mainstream shit for real.
absolutely.
Right. So they including a lot of mainstream shit. Mainstream, based on mainstream shit, Jadakiss is ahead of Yasin Bey.
Oh, mainstream, yeah. I give
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So,
on
yeah, yeah,
mainstream,
yeah.
on
Yes,
yeah,
mainstream,
right.
yeah. And then
yes.
influence too, I will
Yeah,
give
influence,
more than Yasin because
right.
Yasin, I was just listening to a track from when he was when he first came out, the urban thermodynamics. Like people don't know about that. Some people can't get past Miss Fat Booty. Some people
Which is
can't get
crazy.
past what he. Some people can't get past what he did with as Black Star.
Why do you?
I'm
But
gonna say
that's adding a collective.
So
I'm
how
gonna say
come?
this real quick, right? I'm gonna say this real quick. I think Jadakiss Jadakiss Night at the Garden really solidified who he is as far as the culture and like we're still talking about it.
Right.
You know?
Listen,
But that
Right.
was, what that displayed, not just rap wise, but that displayed how great a showman they are.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
but I'm gonna say this. I can, if you listen to Mos Def is one of the greatest lyricists. Period. Not just New York, right? So
Yes.
when you
And
narrow,
song and fucking, you don't listen to him enough to not include
right?
songwriter.
So right. So when you
No, I'm
narrow it
saying
down,
you don't listen to him
no.
enough to know how great of a fucking songwriter
It
he
doesn't
is.
matter. It doesn't matter because what I'm about to say is this: when you okay, he's a great lyricist, he's a great songwriter, period, right? Overall, and then you narrow it down to New York, and then he doesn't make top 10. That tells me that something's wrong here. That tells me that it's mainstream success is being considered very highly when you got a guy like Mos Def who's narrowed down to one area of hip hop and doesn't make a top 10.
Right.
No, I agree. We agree. I think we
Yeah.
agree there. I think we agree
Yeah.
there. But because everybody who we're gonna mention even further, which I'll just go straight. Prodigy at 11. For the rest of this list, I understand. Prodigy, because Prodigy, rest in fucking peace, man. He's another one of those guys that just like it hurts listening to him because you know you're not getting new shit from him. But
Your
number
man
10.
said, go ahead.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
No, go ahead.
Nah, because I was just thinking about a verse. He said it'll be a manslaughter. You can come to my crib, a little daughter of my blood is nothing, she'll live. You know what I'm saying? Like, what
Yo.
the,
Son.
yo.
But for the top 10, this one only because I have him ranked personally. It is whatever, but KRS-One is number 10. Busta
Mm.
Rhymes, Tyrone's favorite, is number 9. DMX is 8. Nicki
Mm.
Minaj is 7.
She should never be
50,
on the list.
50, well, fuck MAGA, but 50 is number 6. LL number 5. Rakim is number 4. Nas is number 3. Biggie's number 2. Jay-Z is number 1.
Of course he is.
Jay-Z, I have zero beef with him being number 1. I
No,
would
I
have
get it.
Jay
But
I would have zero beef with Jay-Z being at number 2. Because technically, for my 5 favorites, he is my number 2. Only because, but he can do what KRS-One does, but he's at the level that's through the fucking stratosphere on other planets because of how much just him as a conglomerate himself, him as a business, a corporation,
right.
everything. Style maker. This nigga had people going from jerseys to fucking button
Button up.
downs to
Yeah.
freaking fitted, making the Yankee fitted a staple. Songwriting, there's no question about if anybody, it all comes from Jay right here.
Right.
Same thing with Big. That shit didn't come from nobody else. People would say, you never caught Big or Jay going like this. It was all right here. Nas, number 3. I have no issue with that.
No.
I have no issue with Nas at 3. Rakim at number 4. I think KRS-One is better, but I have no issue because you want to talk about the most influential. It's possible. It quite possibly very well is Rakim, the God MC.
Yeah.
They call him the God MC for a fucking reason.
Nobody else got that title.
LL at number 5 is perfectly fine. Perfectly, because so many years people slept on that man.
Yep.
Now his albums ain't always the best, but who's done it really? With the exception of Jay and Nas, who's done it as big as LL?
You know what else though? LL albums aren't the best, but LL made sure, without a shadow of a doubt, that every album he put out had at least 2 hit singles on there. Even if the rest of the album was
100%.
garbage. My
Yeah,
man,
yeah, you're right.
100%.
You're right.
100%.
You're right. You're right.
100%.
You're right.
Now,
No, I'm sorry. I missed it. I saw.
you missed what?
Whew,
What
I
are you
was
beating off
doing
over there, nigga?
doing laundry. Now I
Put your pants
was
on.
down here
Put your
doing
pants
laundry,
on.
man. I was down here doing laundry. So I heard Nas at 3. That's all I heard.
All right, so the top 10
Oh my
again. Sorry
God.
for the helicopter going by. But
It's
KRS-One is
Yo.
at 10. KRS-One
Okay.
is at 10. Busta's at 9. X is at 6. 8. Nicki Minaj is at 7. 50's at 6. LL's at 5. Rakim is 4. Nas 3. Big 2. J 1.
Who put Nicki up there?
mainstream put Nicki up there, bro.
I would have put Nicki at 10 because
Because
it's kind
mainstream,
of hard to because it's mainstream is involved in this.
Yes.
I would have put her at 10 just because she's not better than 8, 9, 10, 11, 13,
Anybody.
14. She's not better than, but pen to paper, it was her. Pen to paper, it was her. Movement wise,
Was it?
she
Was it
had,
though?
she,
Yeah, yeah,
what?
yeah.
Yeah, pen
Nikki
to
wrote her
paper was
shit.
her. It was her. Movement wise, the barbs are still a thing. And will, even with all the MAGA she's in now, they will still cut you if you talk wrong
Hmm.
about her. She beyond influential. What was the other criteria? Was lyrical ability is subjective. Songwriting, she did that. Influence, heavy. Cultural impact. She took what little Kim did and multiplied it several times over.
Yeah.
Several
Okay,
times
so
over.
all right, so
Several
I agree
times
with you.
over.
I agree with you. So with that, I wanted to say with Kim, but we had glossed over because she happened to be in the same bracket with Doom. Kim was heavily influential because all these rappers now that are out, they took from the Kim playbook, Kim and Foxy
Right,
playbook. So
right.
that I feel like it has to be mentioned. As we
But
talk about this.
but like we always say, not always, but not everybody says it, but just because you were the influence doesn't mean you can't be surpassed.
Yeah, and she was.
And she was surpassed several times over.
I think
Hmm.
Several times. I mean, Cardi's not above her, but you can put Cardi if you're talking about just the influence in the mainstream of women in general. Like you can put Cardi and Nicki neck to neck.
yeah.
You
You
can
know
put
my
them
Hmm.
neck to neck.
you know what my problem with Little Kim is? My problem with Little Kim is that she didn't have to be surpassed. She didn't have to be. She kind of quit. She kind of quit. I guess the times or what happened with rap or the evolution of rap got ahead of her and she couldn't keep up because she just kind of stopped rapping and
Her
kind of like,
songwriter died. That's what happened.
yeah,
Well,
okay, well, but you can find other songwriters. I mean, like there was other people
I
out
didn't
there.
want to say that, but not as
There
good
was
as the
other people,
best. Not as good as the best songwriter
but I
she had
mean,
in her
she
kid.
could have. I mean, like for real, when she did the Magic Stick shit with 50, right? 50 could have wrote a couple of hits for Lil Kim for real. I'm pretty sure 50 would have wrote
You
her a
know
couple of
what she
songs.
could.
Would
You
have
know
been all
what
right.
she should have done.
I wouldn't doubt it if 50 wrote that verse.
You know what
I
I'm
You
was
know
saying?
gonna
what she
say
should
it
have
sounded
done.
like 50.
So what I'm
You
saying
know
is
what
Little
she
Kim
should have
kind of
done.
quit and let herself get surpassed and then got mad when she got surpassed. That was crazy.
She should have
Like keep
did.
rapping.
She should have just transitioned right over to Jay-Z and have Jay-Z help her write her shit, and she would have kept that plane flying super high because Jay would have scooped up and put on a rock like that.
But
You
what we
kidding me?
forget
Yeah,
though,
but
what we
Foxy
forget
was
though,
over there.
well, that was early. But what we forget is some people just know when it's their time. So
That's
I
true.
can't say she quit. I can't say she quit because if people wanted her to pop out, if the bag, obviously for a person like her, if the bag is right, she'll pop out and do something and do a verse if the bag was right. You know what I'm saying? So I don't look at it as a she quit, Tyrone. I don't say she quit. I don't say I can't say that. I just not.
Oh, well.
Some people know when to say when. Because if that was the case, fucking which actually, all right. So we got through this. I want egregious names that aren't on this list. Number one, probably most egregious, is Grandmaster Caz,
Mm,
but he falls from that era where they weren't doing albums.
right.
There's no Cold Crush albums. You know what I'm saying? But is he one of the greatest lyricists ever? Was he a great songwriter when he did do his verses for their songs? Absolutely. Influential. He is one of the founders, one of the foundations of the level of rap that we're at today. But popularity, trying to get the youth involved. This is where a list like this hits more egregious because they could have done more with this list in introducing the youth to some more of these names.
Yeah, like where would Fife Dog be on that list? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because, like, Pop Smoke, rest in peace. Rest in peace. He's like the lone voice here for the New York drill, but he doesn't 27. He's
He's
not
not
he's
moving the
not better
needle.
than he wasn't better than a single rapper below him.
No.
And I don't say
I
that in was condolences, but he's not better than a single rapper below him. But I got to give it back to Tyrone's statement of they had to mix multiple generations in.
I
But
get why he was on the list, but I have to agree with you. He was kind of high. He only had one album. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about the posthumous albums afterwards. You know, but however, he did have New York in a chokehold
You
them
know,
couple of
hundred
years
percent,
when he was out there. You
a
know,
100%.
you know what's
he was
egregious?
Drill King.
You know
You
what's
know,
egregious? Cameron. Cameron should be on this list.
He's
And
at number 17.
oh, I
He's
thought you.
number 17.
I didn't
I
hear.
would
I didn't
say a
hear.
little too high, but when
No,
you
no,
talk
I
about
missed.
influence, I mean, he was Dipset.
Oh, no, I
He
just I
was
yeah,
missed.
he
My bad.
he was the best. He
and
was the best in
yeah,
Dipset. He had niggas wearing pink and all of that shit. You know what I'm
yep,
saying? Like,
yep, agreed.
but
Okay, so
egregious that's not here.
did you guys? I know I came late. Did you guys bring up the fact that Max B and Jim Jones and all them, you know, were upset over the list? And not only
No,
were they
man.
upset, you know, not only were they upset, Max B, you know, he would decide he wanted to do a little walkout or whatever. The dude, the interviewer, who I guess worked for Complex, goes and say, "Oh, well, we could change the list." As soon as he said that, I'm like, "Yeah, okay, this list is a wash." You know,
Wait a
this
minute.
this
Wait a minute. When Mano said, "Who's past the news?" I was like, "Yo, throw this
yeah,
nigga out.
yeah.
Throw him out.
No, it
Throw
was
him
Jim
out."
Jones. It was Jim Jones who said that.
But
It
that's
was
what I'm
Jim
saying.
Jones.
But
It
Like,
doesn't
how do you
matter
not
though.
know
But
that?
either one of them, both throw them both out. Throw
you
both of
know,
them niggas out.
Yeah.
because I told y'all they not so like most of the people I grew up with don't know who Pasta News is at all. I promise you they
Because you're
don't.
in Philly. We established that. We
Okay.
established
So
that.
he couldn't so De La Soul can't become popular from New York to Philadelphia and y'all would say they should be high
They're
on this list.
global. They're global star. They're global.
But they didn't reach Philly though. But they should be
That's
high on this
wrong.
list.
That's wrong. They didn't reach you in Philly.
They didn't reach
Yeah, they
Philly.
reached Philly.
People in Philly don't fuck with De La Soul, bro. And 99% of my city won't know who Pasta News is. I promise you they don't.
Yeah,
But they know who De La Soul is, though.
Yeah, but they don't know Pasta News. They don't know the name.
No, they don't know the people in the group. They just know the
Right.
group.
They
right.
didn't know
Because
the
a
group.
lot of people,
Little hit.
and but that was one of no disrespect to the group. That was one of the beauties of the group because that was a sign of no man was above the next man.
Mhm.
And yeah, it took years for cats who weren't fans of them to not to even know their individual names. You could have just said plug one, two, or three too.
Facts.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? If we
Facts.
to do that, I guarantee you more than what you're saying of Philly would know plug one, two, or three. Oh,
No
that's
one,
De La Soul.
no one I knew growing up listened to De La Soul at all. No one I knew growing up had a De La
Yo
Soul
wasn't on
album
that
at
backpack
all.
shit. Yo wasn't on that backpack shit. Okay.
Nobody.
And it shows.
I'm telling you.
And
I'm telling you,
I don't say
nobody.
that with a level of disrespect either. It
But
shows.
yo, you know who's off this list? Where's Buckshot at? Where's Buckshot at?
This is where I ask, where's the egregious?
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
egregious. Black
Where's
You talk
a
about backpack.
Where's Guru?
where Guru's technically from Boston?
Yeah.
But he's a New York rapper though. He didn't rap until he got to New
well,
York.
then Tupac
No,
should be
he
number
was
one.
rapping. You know, he always the
He rep
slick
Brooklyn more than he rep Boston.
the slick ball head from Boston. He said it himself.
Then Tupac
Mhm.
should be number one.
Yeah, yeah.
And Michael
Okay.
Jordan's from New York City too.
He is.
I mean, technically, yeah, but no, but yeah, nah. Like, see, Buckshot's a good example because you want again
Buckshot
raps, songwriting ability. He had hits.
influence.
He had hits. Influence. He was one of the. He was outside of a Master P. The whole duck down thing was one of the first quote unquote
Yep.
independents out there.
Yep. It's
And
sticky.
duck
It's
down wouldn't have happened. Sticky is not on this list.
sticky's not on the list. Wow.
Sticky's not on this list. Now, influence wise, what did Onyx really influence other than a crossover
Ball
between
heads.
rock and rap?
Nothing.
Ball
Yeah.
heads, right? What he was Blade, like Sticky,
Mhm.
and at one time, Sticky was the greatest closer on records too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was. He was.
When back in the day when Vyman last was a privilege and an honor, and nine
Some
times out of 10 you knew that it was gonna be you was gonna
Sticky,
get fire.
Buster,
Would you
shit
put
like that.
MC
Like
Search on this list? Would you put Search from third base on this list?
I don't think he has that much.
if
His body of work wasn't big enough. What, 2 albums?
Yeah.
but influence when you hear the stories from him, he's part of the reason he brought along a lot of people.
He
Yeah, but
got
that
Nas paid.
He
see
influence
that
for
don't
how white rappers should pay homage, correct homage to the black folks who helped create this culture.
Hmm.
Like Search
Yeah.
could, but does he know if we were to stretch this to 100,
Yeah,
that sounds
absolutely.
disrespectful, but Search has to be
Absolutely.
on this list.
Yeah.
but that's not. But it's got to be rap. If influence doesn't include what you've done for other, like that can't be like okay, what you've done for other people is going to be part of the influence. It's got to be like your
So
influence as your own self, bro.
But what about? I mean, for the
Not-
yeah,
culture. I
yeah, I
mean,
no, I agree. I agree partially with that. I agree partially with that.
we can't sit up here and just say, "Oh, he put on so many rappers that he should be high on this list of rappers." Like, I
So,
don't know.
but we could hit no. But I'm saying, but we could sit here and say he helped give power to saying to white cats,
Yeah,
"Hey, it's okay to be over here and rap with them, but here's how you pay the proper fucking respect."
right.
You know what I'm saying?
He
I
did
mean,
it the
he's
right
had,
way. He did it the
yeah.
right
In
way.
my opinion, I would say exactly that. People have their little transgressions with him here and there, whatever, over the years. All that shit eventually dissipates, and Search is still Search. And I don't say that with bias of that's one of my homies golfing buddies now too. My shout out to my brother, my big brother Mark. That's one of his golfing buddies now. But yeah, but who else is egregious before we
Is
move on?
Oh man, I forgot the name. It's cannabis is on the list, right?
All right, like
Cannabis was not on the list.
I mean, OC is not on the list. The dude from the Lost Boys is not on the list.
Mr. Cheeks,
Uh,
Mr. Cheeks.
you talking
yeah.
about the dude from the
Mike
Lost
Geronimo
Boys?
is
Why
not on
should
the
it be on
list.
the list if you don't even know his fucking name? Why should it be on the list if you
Wait
don't
a
know
minute.
his name, TJ?
Wait a minute. Nice and Smooth are not on the list, and they had a huge cultural impact, and they had bangers. They had bangers.
What did
Nice and Smooth is not on the list.
well cultural impact is by way of they had the song hits with the songwriting, but impact. What impact did Greg Nice and Smooth B really have? And we're fans of them. We see Greg. I haven't been to the
Yeah.
brewery in a minute. We see Greg Nice all the time there, but impact. You said it.
I
What is it?
mean, it was
It's,
okay to make fun rap. They were fun rappers. You know what I'm saying? When
What they
everybody was like
wore,
serious,
yeah.
they
I
brought fun to hip hop. If you want to say impact
they
like
help.
that,
They help bring. Yeah, they help bring fun to him. Yeah, you okay? I give it up. Yep.
I
Yep.
would say we talking about culturally. I didn't hear Grand Pooba's name.
His name is towards the
ooh,
bottom of the list, I think.
Okay.
Let me see. Let me look back at it. His name. Hold on, I just blanked out. His name. What the fuck? Don't give free tablets from Team. It just no bullshit. They got it for free, but it looks like the fakest of iPad clones. It runs on Android, but it's doing what it needs. Grand Poobah was number 44.
Okay. All right, I'm okay. I'm okay with where he's at.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
see,
that
ain't no
car.
Lord Jamar make this list.
He'll never make that
Yeah.
list. He'll never make that list.
But nah, man.
Okay.
But all in all, Complex did what they were supposed to do with this list. They made us talk.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
They made us talk.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just like our album homework. And then we're gonna get into the other good shit after. Oh, did you have anything?
And y'all tried to get me to listen to that Silk the Shocker, man. You
And
know, it was a frisbee back then. It is a frisbee now. I
You
wish I
don't have
had a
to finish
hard
the
copy.
sentence.
I'd toss it
You
right
don't
out the
have to
window.
finish the sentence.
Oh,
keep going about it.
yeah, man. No, it was trash, man. It was just.
All right, TJ.
All right.
E40.
So I'm gonna be real honest with this, because nothing's gonna top Oh God. You know what I'm saying? My bad, you God. But I listened to in a major way, like his first commercially successful album. He's got lyrics, and the production was good. That man's voice is annoying as fuck, bro. I can't. I can't. I can only do it for 6 songs, man, and then I'm just like tone deaf after that. But I will give him his respect. He definitely had some bars in there interdispersed with the Fruity Loop style rhyme he had. But it's never like, yo, throw in that E40. I'll never say that. But I will give him his respects for what he did for the Bay Area and the culture of West Coast rap. But I mean, it was all right. It was all right. To me, it was all
It
right.
wasn't whack. It just wasn't for you because of his
Right,
voice.
right, right. And that's how I feel about it. You can't change my mind about it. It is what it is. It's just not my cup of tea, and that's fine. It don't have to be for everybody, right? Everybody's got who they like, who they don't like. What is it called? Preference. You got your preferences. He's not my preference, but I'm not mad at it. It's just not for me. I'm not gonna bash the
Tyrone.
man.
Busta Rhymes, Extinction Level Event 2.
Okay, so what I have to say is that Dan, I believe you were right. I believe that Extinction Level Event 2 could quite possibly be Busta Rhymes' best album. I think that he was able to, on that album, calm down. Because part of my reason with Busta Rhymes was like all that yelling and that hoopla shit, like you gotta get over that. Like, you know what I mean? Like I need something else. Like this is a one-trick pony, the yelling, the growling, all that shit. But on this album, he was able to calm that shit down a little. He was able to actually showcase some real lyricism. He was able to make me say, okay, I see why Buster is appreciated. I see why people like him. I see why Buster is revered. I see why, he's got the fan base and all this and all that. With that being said, still don't want no parts. I still don't want no parts about the rhyme. I'm not a fan. I'm not never going to be a fan. I can adjust my thinking and say he's a lot better than what I thought he was. I took him out the garbage and I put him in the recycling bin. I took him out the trash. I took him out the regular trash, and now he's in the recycling. So that album was good enough to get him out the trash can. Now, will he come out the recycling bin? No. And will I actually recycle him? I don't think I will. But at least he's not garbage like I initially thought. He's not trash.
So let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about Busta with the rah around the yelling shit. That was all off the last verse of Scenario with the Dungeon Dragon verse. And he milked that shit for a minute because that's all everybody wanted to hear. So that's why I get with the yelling and all that shit. He just capitalized off of it, and it worked. It worked. It worked for us, not for you. It worked for us, and
Right.
that's why he just went on like that. And you know what? If you're hot, and that's what makes you hot, and they throwing money at you for that shit, ride the wave, brother. Ride the wave. And now He milked it until he couldn't milk it anymore, and that's why he had to, like you said, calm down, switch it up, and continue to. If he wanted to advance his career and get longevity, you just can't ride that cow, and because it's going to stop eventually. So he switched it up, and that's what
Yeah.
you heard.
Which he did that way way longer before that album.
Yes,
I just wanted to personally get you
his best
to
work.
his best work. Just to show you that it was like, yo, nah, it ain't it wasn't all wow. It wasn't all that. Even on the coming album, which you listened to, it wasn't all of that. It wasn't all that.
I'll be right back.
So that's it, right? No more.
No,
Y'all had to leave when I had to give my fucking Soldier Boy.
no. I'm gonna stay for this. Hold on, I'm gonna stay for this. Oh, I'm staying for this right here. I need a fresh one, but I'm gonna stay right here for this.
I listened to that album immediately after the show.
Yeah, you did. I was surprised.
I jumped on it immediately because I was sitting there. I was waiting for new podcasts from like some of the people that I listen to. Shout outs to Devin and Dell, Level Down podcast. I was usually wait for them for Sundays to listen to them, and a couple others. But so I had the time to jump right into it.
Okay.
I got through all of it. It's not a good album. And I'm gonna just say that much. It's not I'm not gonna say it's whack. I'm not gonna say it's terrible. I'm not gonna say it's horrendous. It's not a good album. But the video that I put out on TikTok, which Tyrone, I know you've seen it. I I said snap music people, the people, y'all are gotta be like 30 now. Y'all motherfuckers from the snap music era, y'all need to step up and answer for this shit. See, this little Negro's whole album, and I'm not suggesting y'all to go listen to it, but
I'm not.
do it if you dare. It's which is not funny enough, it wasn't even that hard to get through. It was not hard to get through at all. But every fucking song sounds the same. Because every single song, damn near, could have been an anthem to something, could have been a commercial to something. I was like, oh shit, she got a dunk. She got a dunk. That was the one song I liked. Crank That is one of those obvious hits that, like, you don't throw it away, but it is what that song is what it is.
Mhm.
But I remember that She Got a Donkey song. But then they did a song about Bapes. I had Bathing Ape sneakers back then. I had 2 pair. Not enough that this song carried me to be like, yeah, no. He got a song called Sidekick. The niggas rapping about the T-Mobile Sidekick and hit me at my Sidekick email. Every single song it's the freaking same. Every song was the same. It everything. It was majority hook several times over. I don't know how many things. It was just one of those albums that it was created just off that catchy shit.
Let me ask you this.
I
Did you
can one
start
more
the
point.
era-
One more point.
Go ahead.
I can also, because of this album, I can see how he fooled people with them type beat downloads back in the day in the torrent and the LimeWire
Mhm.
days. Like he got niggas with this one. And he could have been, all I say is he was smart for what he did because he could have gotten brand deals off of Bapes. He could have got brand deals off of the Sidekick. He could have got brand deals off of a lot of the shit he was talking about. Booty Mate, She's Thirsty. I'm looking at the track list now. Like every joint on here felt like it had a dance, like it should have, like the Superman. Every other track felt like there should have been a dance that went along with it. fucking sidekick, like stand there flipping the screen out. Some dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? The album is not fucking good. If you're looking for lyrics, don't look for this. If you're looking for good rhymes, don't look for this. If you're just looking for a vibe and nostalgia, then go. But if you are of that snap music era and range,
Mm.
but if you're looking for like I need a good album to listen to, nah, nigga, no.
Did he start the era of lyrics don't matter?
I'm
You
sorry.
can say he's a foundational member. You can say this album, he was a
No,
foundational member of the Lyrics
no.
Don't Matter Club. It's just
Luke,
about the hook and the beat and the vibe.
the start, TJ. We all know
Yeah,
that Luke started the lyrics don't matter shit because they didn't
but
have lyrics for none of them.
that was a different type of genre of rap though.
But
Like, you know what
still,
I'm
lyrics
saying?
didn't matter. Lyrics, they didn't even have lyrics. Them songs didn't even have lyrics, boy. Luke and them made all that money. Them songs had no lyrics, bro.
Nah, brother Marquise had some. I mean, don't
Yo,
try to quote me. I can't quote none right now.
yo,
But brother Marquise could rap.
yo. If you had a
Ah,
song
me
with the
so
lyrics,
horny.
what you mean? You can't say this is a lyrical song. You got a song where you say "pop that pussy" 85 times.
But but
You know what I mean?
but just like Soldier Boy's records, Luke's records was made with a purpose.
Yeah, right.
Because that's what they was doing down there in Florida. That was perfect for the strip club. That was their lifestyle shit, and they stayed within their lane. But the Luke shit transcended Florida.
Right. And
It went
Tyrone, you're
past
not trying to
Florida.
hear lyrics in a strip club, bro. You're
I'm
not going
just
to the
saying.
strip club to listen to
Right.
lyrics, dog.
Nah. Ludacris Chicken and Bear album found a way to make strip club music with lyrics. I'm telling you no
Yeah,
lie.
Yeah,
big
you right.
facts,
You right. You right.
big facts. But I suggest nobody, unless you are of that snap music era and you want some nostalgia, go listen to that. Anybody else with sense, do it at your own risk. So now to further this challenge, because y'all seen how hard it was to try to give me somebody that was.
I'm
So
glad I pulled that one out.
I'm gonna do something different. Pause. I'm gonna do something different with this to try to introduce y'all to just different shit, to different stuff. And I
Okay.
want y'all reports on this. And I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to something that I think is actually easily palatable in a way. I'm bringing you to the lane of grime. I'm bringing you to the UK. And the first one I want y'all to listen to,
Skepta?
because I had no, go Skepta, Wiley, all of them. They're nice. JME, Integrity.
Okay.
So if I
Huh.
had everything set up now, I would show you the album artwork and all that stuff. It has the joint on there called Man's Don't Care, I think it's called. But so you heard so there's the
I'll be right back.
challenge is gonna be a little different now. You guys gotta go listen to JME, the Integrity album.
Now,
It's
Dan,
UK grime rapping his ass off, grime, like rapping his ass off. But it's something that's one of my favorites that I want y'all to give homework on next week. And I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm
What's the
gonna
name of
keep
it?
introducing y'all to different lanes of shit that I dig. You might not dig it, but a part of this challenge has been to try some shit that you might not have heard of or might not have heard before.
What's the name of it? You said?
Can't hear you. Oh,
JME Integrity.
Yeah. What's
JME, JME.
Um, Dan, uh, I was listening to something on accident at someone else's house the other day, and I thought maybe this would be interesting for you to listen to, and so I wanted to throw it out there. But
Let say it.
Will Smith Getting Jiggy with It.
The album.
Yes.
I think I might have listened to that in its time.
I just heard I was with someone who was actually listening to it the other day, and I'm thinking like, I think that would be a real challenge for you. I don't think
Yeah, I mean, if y'all just keep giving me challenges, that's fine. That's fine. But I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna flip this challenge around. So where instead of thinking of some shit, I'm gonna give y'all shit to listen to.
Well, I think you should try getting jiggy with it.
I'll do that. Now, can I hear you now?
Sound like punishment to
Nope,
me. But go
can't
ahead.
hear you. Y'all,
Oh,
Oh, he's
I
on
guess
out.
it was.
No, he couldn't hear me, so he backed out.
Oh, here he comes.
what'd he say?
Yeah.
What'd
Yeah.
you,
No, I said that sound like punishment to me.
what?
Listen to
Me?
that Getting Jiggy with It album.
Oh. But yeah, I want y'all to dive into JME.
English rapper.
I can do that.
Yeah, British. Yeah.
Okay.
It's easy. It's actually easy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop y'all a link to one of my favorite joints, the video we did for it. But yeah, let's get to this shit. Let's get to this NBA. The Oklahoma City Floppers are done.
I for one feel like Spurs and Knicks would probably be a better series, more contrast. The fact that OKC practices the flopping, we're not going to see much of that. This finals or whatever. So, I'm already on a post with some random dude going back and forth on the lineups. Who where the Knicks have the upper hand, where the Spurs may have the upper hand.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because I'm already going back and forth with somebody talking about how Castle's better than Bridges. That's going to be a battle or whatever. So, I can't wait, man.
Here's my thing, right? This is good for TV, the NBA, and everything because of the history, right? The last time the Knicks was in the finals, who did they play?
Play the Spurs.
Spurs, right? 27 years ago, they lost to the Spurs. Bringing it to new, the Emirates Cup, who did the Knicks play and beat? The Spurs.
Play the Spurs, yep.
Right. Regular season, the Knicks didn't have their full squad and they still lost by like 2 points. When the Knicks did have their full squad, they completely washed them. These are two completely different teams right now. Going
as far as the Knicks back then and the Knicks now
are not the same Knicks.
Correct.
Here's the thing: the Knicks look focused, like the job's not done, right? The Spurs, after last night, they look like they were just happy to get there.
Bro.
They look like they were just happy to get there. And if they play like that, they're going to get steamrolled, bro. Because Jalen Brunson's got one thing and one thing only on his mind: the fucking trophy, bro.
That's how I was looking last. Well, first of all, let me just say this.
Yeah.
Watching that game last night, and I'm sitting there and I'm going, this is a game 7 in the Western Conference Finals to get to the NBA championship. And these are the two best teams in the NBA this season. And they did not look like it. That game was sloppy as hell. These dudes was not playing high caliber basketball at all. And I'm looking at it and I'm going, right now, it's looking like the Knicks can bring the brooms out on both of you bitches. Like neither one of y'all is looking tough, okay? Now that fourth quarter got tough. That fourth quarter, it got interesting because Wemby had to come out and the Bull put the block on it. And if the fourth quarter got tight, and in the fourth quarter, I was like, okay, I see what y'all doing. But for 3 quarters of that game, I was just like, neither one of y'all is ready for what's going to happen in New York City. Neither one of these teams is ready for the Knicks, right?
The Spurs are a very young team. You know,
and that's
I'm
to
talking
their
about Castle.
detriment at this point. Yeah,
Right. I was talking about Castle. Castle's 21. Wemby is 23. You know what I'm saying? Brunson.
Dylan Harper is 20. Nobody's like
Yeah.
25 on that team.
Right?
Half the team can't buy alcohol. If they could, it's on their birthday. You know, they just about to buy alcohol.
and
Right.
and they don't have a sense of they don't play with urgency as like a lot because I'm telling you, OKC was only in that game because of offensive rebounds. And when you got OKC getting 3 shots per possession, and San Antonio still wasn't focused on getting bored, like they were just like lackadaisically letting OKC get 3 shots per possession in that first half. It was so bad. It was like somebody get a rebound, somebody attempt to get a rebound. Like Wemby's out there and they're not getting rebounds. It was ridiculous. And I'm just like, yo, the way you guys are playing, y'all not gonna beat the Knicks. And then, like you said before, they don't have that sense of urgency. They acting like they ain't been here before. Like this is the championship for them. Wemby was crying. Like he already won the championship, bro.
Right,
Like,
right,
Yeah.
right.
Like, look at this bitch. He just
Nah.
like, dude, is the job done? He did not have the
No, but
mentality at all, bro. Not even a little
you
bit.
you
He was
gotta
ugly
understand.
crying on national TV for a Western Conference Finals championship. Ugly crying.
Yeah, but
And I'm like, you ain't ready, bro.
understand. You gotta understand the feeling of what it takes to just get to it.
No, doggy.
Now, I have no problem. It's not just a cry. I have no problem with that level of emotion coming out because you win 7 with last year's champions, and then when you stack up all the adverse, they was playing. That was a game where they was playing against the team and the series where they were playing against the team and the fucking official.
Yes.
That was
Yeah.
that was like the true display. Like we normally say you don't play to the refs, which you never do. But the display that was being put on with OKC and the refereeing was
Yeah.
so egregious.
It was
Right.
5-on-8. It was 5-on-8 out there.
But
And that right
the crying though,
And
nah,
No.
you gotta that emotion of yo, we made it here. Of course, when you gotta get to the dance to make it, but it's
right,
hard enough just to make it to there.
right. But that right there might emotionally take them out of this series right here. They might be mentally spent at this point.
Yeah, it could be.
They
you
might
have
be
to
Very well
read
could
mentally
be.
spent. They
And,
might
and
be
you have
mentally
to read the
spent at
room.
this point.
And you have to read the room. Because you're on national TV and everybody and their mom is watching this. And you win that game and you're ugly crying on national TV and you gotta go play New York City Knicks. And you think that don't mean something? That means a lot. Because now the Knicks are looking at you like these niggas a little soft. You know what I'm saying? You're going to New York City, bro. You're gonna have to go in the Garden and play them Knicks after you ugly cry for Western Conference Championship.
We got home advantage, right?
No.
That's not nice.
First two games is in San Antonio.
But,
But I don't think the Knicks care if they were playing on the moon right now.
no.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't give a shit where they're playing at. Every broadcaster has said, like recently, the Knicks are playing with intent. Every cut is crisp. Every pick is sharp. They make the right pass every time. It's like a well-oiled machine. They know what they have to do.
And
TJ, you're absolutely right. I sat and watched the show just like how you did. Whether it's ESPN First Take, First Things First, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
All the pundits are saying the same thing, but the podcasters now are saying they're all pretty much saying the same thing too. Like, okay, for one, Draymond. Oh, it's the East Coast. You're supposed to make it to the finals. I mean, they're supposed to do. They haven't really played anybody. A lot of people are saying that.
Listen,
and these Knicks are listening to that.
Here's my thing.
They're coming in with a fire.
Here's my thing, and nobody's addressed this except I just heard this morning. Perk addressed this.
That Tyrone said we wasn't making a sweep.
No.
I just heard that before.
The teams
Tyrone said we wasn't sweeping anybody.
The teams that OKC and San Antonio played They weren't world beaters. The
Yep.
Portland Trailblazers and the Phoenix Suns were ass to begin with. You know what I'm saying? They
Yep.
shouldn't have been there. Okay? Denver, okay, that was a tough game. Minnesota, they played a hobbled Minnesota team. Just like OKC played a hobbled Lakers team without Luka and
Yeah.
a 40 or 60% Austin Reeves. You didn't make no big leaps to overcome nothing to beat these teams. If y'all were the best of the best, y'all should have been mopping them up like the Knicks were, right?
Mhm.
The problem is the Knicks mopped them up so bad, it made the East look so extremely weak.
Yeah.
Extreme. It made them look like child's play.
Because
And
how
that's
many
Mhm.
people have a hard it's like I told you I talked to JP for 2 hours the other night. Good catching up with the brother. But JP was like, I was scared to call you because I hate the Knicks that much. How many people out there hate the fact that they have to talk about the Knicks so positively right now?
yes.
And that's
Yes.
tough.
Yeah.
And I say
Yeah.
that I say it because that's tough for a lot of these people to do right now.
Yeah, they can't do it.
That's why
They can't do it.
the shade that the only shade that they could find is, oh well, they ain't playing nobody. Wrong. Once again, because you play the best of who's in front of you. That's
The
it.
Cavs
No,
had to beat a tough Detroit team, just like
Yeah.
Philly had to beat a tough Celtics team.
Yep.
They
Boston
didn't
team.
just
Yep.
walk over them. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But
We
this
just
is the
walked over
crazy thing.
everybody else. That's it. That's
This
it.
is the crazy thing. This was what was so crazy for me was okay. So OKC and the Spurs finally played each other in the Western Conference Finals, right? After OKC and the Spurs, on paper or even watching the games, Cleveland was the next toughest team in the finals. To me, on paper, and watching the games with the roster
On
that
paper,
Cleveland had,
yes. On paper,
Cleveland
yes.
was the third. On paper, Cleveland is the third best team that was in the playoffs, besides
Yes.
OKC and San Antonio. Cleveland was
Right.
on paper better than the Knicks and everything.
I don't
So,
know. I mean, yeah, you had Harden and Mitchell at the guards. You had
You had
Jared Allen and Mobley,
and
you know,
Mobley.
at
Yeah,
front court.
that's a
And then you had
stacked
a
lineup.
plumber. You had a plumber at small forward. Like, come
Max
on, man.
Strus. But
on paper,
but honestly,
Cleveland
Ty,
is better.
Boston to me was tough
yeah,
too, man.
honestly, Ty, with Tatum coming back, I was just about to say that
Yeah.
everybody was picking Boston to come out of the East.
They should have, but Boston didn't have Boston never got their chemistry back. They didn't. They didn't never get their
Oh.
chemistry back.
But they
Boston,
can't
that-
win with that
that
style
word-
of basketball they play.
Tatum should
They
have sat.
can't win playoff games with that style. They can win a bunch of regular season
Hold
games that
on.
way.
Hold
You
on a second. Hold on.
can't win.
Did you catch what he said?
What?
He said the word chemistry.
Yeah.
What do I preach all the fucking time?
It's a
Team.
team sport. It's a
Team
team sport.
Chemistry. Not a single team's chemistry has been better than ours.
It's
And-
unmatched. It's unmatched.
Remember that Spurs team that beat the Heat? That's what we look like. You know what I'm saying? With the extra pass and all of
Yeah.
that. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Pace and
Right.
space.
Kudos
That's
to
what
Mike
we look
Brown
like
for
right now.
bringing Golden State style basketball to New York.
Well,
But with all
That's right.
phases working.
Yes.
That's
Even
one thing.
All clicking.
defensively, which Golden State wasn't always the best defensive team, but they
No.
knew that they can outshoot anybody.
Yes.
Right.
I don't think you should bring up that Spurs team that beat the Heat. Because that same Spurs team the very next season had the finals won in a game 6 and ultimately collapsed in the fourth quarter and lost.
That's why they brought up the one season and not the next one.
It's the same thing, man. It's the same thing.
Hey man, listen. All we need right now, all we need is one, man. Our window is very small. You know, compared to OKC and the Spurs. That's
Listen,
why
no,
it's
you got to
very
think about
important. We
this.
gotta get this one.
You got to think about this. The bar is set, and it's set very, very, very high. The way they've been playing these last 11 games, they've set an unprecedented bar that no one's seen. They always compare not the 2001 Lakers, not the 86 Celtics, not the
2017 Warriors.
Nobody has been on this run.
Not even close. It's not even close statistically what they're doing. It's unheard of. We're watching a different team, a different style of basketball that if the Knicks win the finals, everybody's going to try to emulate that going into next season. That's how devastating it is.
But here's the thing, though. Everything that happened before, that shit don't matter now.
Nope.
Because it's a brand new series.
Yep.
It's nice to tout our, it's nice to put a flag on this shit and tout it. Yeah, we did all of that. But it's a brand new series now. We're at 0-0 with these guys.
And at least I like the mentality of the Knicks coming into the series knowing that. And they're playing every game like they're down 0-2, 0-3 with their backs pressed against the wall.
And based on that, what Dan just said, I'm leaning towards Knicks in 6. I cannot sit up here and say that Wemby's going to get swept. I got just for Wemby alone, I gotta give Wemby 2 games. Now I'm saying that maybe one of those 2 games might be tight down the stretch, but I'm saying that I think that the San Antonio is going to get 1 guaranteed win, and then I think that maybe in a second game down the stretch they might pull something out, and that's why I'm going Knicks in 6.
That's fair.
I'm just going Knicks.
Honestly, if they came out,
I'm just going Knicks winning. That's it. 5, 6, 4, 7. As long as we win, count the games later. We win.
It determines how the Knicks come out in game 1. If they come out in game 1 like gangbusters and play the defense that they've been playing these past 11 games, it's hard to see San Antonio winning anything at this point.
True, but it can lead to the ultimate letdown too.
Ain't no sweep now. Look, man, y'all not sweeping Wemby.
I honestly, my honest opinion, I think we win in 5.
Yeah, I'm going for gentleman's sweep.
I can say 5. But like I said,
I honestly think it's 5.
There's going to be a close one that I think the Spurs can pull out. That's why I said 6.
But Tyrone, it has to be close.
Yeah,
like very close. And the way the Spurs team, and again, watching them, I didn't watch last night's game, but watching the other games within this series, the Knicks need to do to stop this team is just give them a poor shooting night. Because defensively, nobody plays down in the box on that Spurs team.
Nope.
Everybody plays outside. So it's like I said before, you want to slow Wemby down, keep him behind the fucking 3-point line.
Yeah, turn him into a jump shooter.
Foul him if he's trying to drive the lane hard.
Well, here's the test.
Everybody else just sits around the 3-point line.
Yo, you don't even have to slow Wemby down. The way the Spurs play, if Wemby's being aggressive, they get their shots off of his aggression. Let Wemby get his, and the rest of that team won't do nothing. They get all their shots. Everything goes through Wemby. They get all their shots off of Wemby's aggression. So if Wemby gets aggressive and you start double teaming and coming off him, these guys just get to their spots. They get open and they can make shots. If you just say, hey, let Wemby get him, you'll beat them.
Don't double team Wemby.
Don't double team Wemby. Let him do what he's going to do.
But beat him up.
Wemby
Show him that he needs to put weight on.
Towns. And Towns is a bigger version, a more solid version of what Wemby is going to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's an outside threat, and he can drive to the basket, and he can get in the paint.
But as an outside threat, he's not as consistent as Wemby. He doesn't have a better handle as Wemby.
But he's a better jump shooter than Wemby.
Towns needs to beat him up down low.
Yeah, that's why
That'll be Mitchell Robinson's job.
That's what I said. I said play Mitchell Robinson, give him more minutes, and just let him tear Wemby up. Wemby starts going off on you, bring Mitchell Robinson in, because what y'all gain on the defense, y'all can lose on the offense because y'all got a lot of scorers. So
Mitch is the one with the broken pinky, right?
Yeah,
Right. Which means nothing. Which means nothing in the long run.
Yeah, it means nothing. Kobe broke his index finger on his shooting hand and played the whole season.
Listen, the thing is that the Knicks have depth and they can just continue to throw bodies at you and bodies at you and bodies at you to match up to the point where something's going to crack, right? Whether it's between the bench or the starting five, something is going to crack. Brunson alone, I don't know who they're going to have to try to guard this man. I don't see anybody really. They're going to have to send doubles at Brunson all the time because I don't see their players are athletic, but Brunson is chewing these guys up.
And he's
chewing these guys up.
Put Castle on him.
And you know what else?
We'll foul out.
Because they just played a guy who did not want to play through contact, was using contact to try to get fouls. And so when you got a guy like Brunson who's tough as nails, that's a whole different ballgame than Shea, who's trying to get a foul, who's going to fall down, who's not going to play through the contact. Brunson's going to end up with N1s in those situations.
Right.
You know what I mean?
A lot of N1s.
Yeah.
But
all of that contact talk, again, they have to lay it into Wemby because he showed, that it's the one play where I watched that dude have to dip down like 3 feet to lay his shoulder into Alex Caruso's chest for no reason. If they beat him up, they will mentally take him out the game.
What is he going to do when OG guards him? You know what I'm saying? OG can actually guard Wemby as well. He's a big body that can put weight on Wemby. On the opposite end, the Spurs got nobody to guard OG either. If he wants to play bully ball and get to the paint, there's really nobody that's strong enough to stop him. You understand what I'm saying?
A healthy OG.
Yes, a healthy OG at that. Man's have listen, I was just talking to this with my brother. The Knicks have been resting in most of these games for like 2 weeks. Brunson hasn't played a fourth quarter and a closeout game since forever. You know,
the whole
playoffs.
Yeah, but most of the starting lineup is on the bench by the time the fourth quarter starts. That's insane.
Do not underestimate Wemby's defensive range, though, because
no. I'm not taking that away.
They would drive to the basket and Wemby would be at the key, and they would think like, "Oh, I got him," and Wemby can get from the key to the basket real quick.
One step.
I was going to say, Wemby's going to be on the perimeter, so he's going to.
That's what you got to do. You got to keep him. Yeah, you got to keep him outside.
Yeah, he's going to be expending a lot of energy running from the key, running from the 3-point line to the key, back to the basket.
It's not a lot of energy. It's 2 steps, dog. It's 2 steps for Wemby.
It's 2 steps, but he's got to do that for 48 minutes. You understand what I'm saying?
That part right there.
By game 3, your man's legs are going to be deaded. You know what I'm saying? If he has to keep doing that. And he can't carry the team by himself. He's going to need help from these young dudes, these young shooters that they have. But you got Bridges, you got Anobi, you got Hart. These guys play hard physical defense. They're not going to give you no gimme shit. You know what I'm saying? They're going to force you to put the ball on the floor and get by them.
And
that's why I was going to say that's why I stress we need some of that New York physicality on them.
Oh yeah, it'll be on full display.
Just beat them up. And I don't mean start a fight, get suspended for the rest of the chamber. No, I'm talking get super fucking physical. Take them close, hard fouls. Put hands on them to shake them up.
And I'm just trying to think with everything that I saw with watching these playoffs and everything that I saw with watching these finals and these 2 teams play, I can't think of a way the Spurs win this series at all. I just can't see what these analysts or these analysts or whoever these people are that are picking the Spurs. I don't have no reason for why they would think the Spurs would win this fucking series, bro.
I don't see the Spurs matching the Knicks' intensity. in the
because
series.
celebrity name, to answer your question, because they this is where they wanted to see Wemby get to. This is where
Right.
they want to be able to talk about, just for the talking head people. They want to be able to talk about Wembenyama because it's going to make them physically ill if they have to talk about the New York Knicks till the next NBA season.
Let
How do I know this? How do I know this? Because I watched all of these motherfuckers get sick when my Philadelphia Eagles won the damn Super Bowl
let's talk.
twice.
Let
They were
let's
fucking sick, and they couldn't get off the Eagles topics fast enough.
let's talk about Wembanyama though. Let's talk about him. Where we all know, we all expect this dude to be around. He's young, right?
Yeah.
If the Spurs win this championship right now, how far does that kid's ceiling go? Because it reminds me of Jokic. Like Jokic already got a championship, and Jokic, if he gets a little help, he can win about 3 or 4 more. And if Wemby wins the championship right now, second season, it's like
They'll just be
where
the
does he
favorites
go?
for next year.
They'll anoint him the god
That's
of
what I'm
Yeah.
basketball,
saying.
bro.
Yeah.
They will anoint him the god of basketball, bro. It's a wrap. That's why we got to shut the shit down early and often with that type of shit. But here's the thing that bothers me. Even if the Knicks do win the finals, they're never going to get that proper respect. They'll still be like, Jalen Brunson is too small, Cat is soft. It was OG, it was Bridges, it was all
They'll do
bullshit.
what they'll do is they'll do their preseason rankings for next year and automatically
Knicks will
put the
still
Knicks
be
at like
4.
number 3 or 4. Yep.
Giannis is back, Halliburton's back.
I'm telling y'all.
Becky Hammond still is
standing
doubling
on
down
business.
on yeah, she's standing on business. Yep.
I'm telling y'all. This is why I don't want y'all to feel too high or too low. I felt this before.
That makes you that's gonna make you better than that. I don't agree with that. Like the Knicks probably would be, even if they win the championship, they probably would be deserving of a 3rd spot, maybe. That don't make them the number 1 team.
Man, listen, you want to know why those things are bullshit? Because every single year since Boston won the championship, they always rank Boston as the favorites to make it back. All the time. And what has the Boston Celtics done since then? Shit the fucking bed. Every single time.
And analysts
Every time.
this
Just because they have the more popular names that they love to fucking talk about.
That right there, Dan. That right there. And analysts said this. If the Knicks were wearing Boston jerseys, they would have been called the greatest team of all fucking time. Change the color of the jersey, and they're the best team of all time. Historic. We've never seen no shit like this. This is the greatest team ever. The East is all of a sudden not weak anymore. It was just Boston's dominance. But let me ask you this. If, let's say, and I don't think this is going to happen, what if the Knicks steamroll them and win by 20 every game? What are they going to say then? What are they going to say then if they win 20 and Jalen Brunson sit in the 4th quarter of all these games?
They're going to say
then?
They're going to say the NBA was weak. They're going to say the NBA.
They're going to say,
they
came off a 7-game series. They was tired.
Yeah.
That's not the Knicks' fault. That's not the Knicks' fault.
Nope.
That's not the Knicks' fault, bro.
Again.
Do better.
Again.
If you didn't want to go 7, you should have ended the series at 5. You had a chance. You had the opportunity.
This is why I said, listen to me, because I seen this happen. I keep bringing up my Eagles, but I seen all of this from the vantage point of being a Philadelphia Eagles fan. Year in and year out, the Chiefs was always the best team coming into the next season. The Bills was always the fucking Bills was always the best team. The Bengals was always the best team.
Dan, your favorite? It's Dallas year.
Well, I think sometimes they've came to their senses with Dallas, but it's always the whole AFC is the best. Every fucking year, my Eagles went on to win the 2 Super Bowls. This vibe set in. They are going to be sick if we win. But that's why, one game at a time.
Yes.
One game at a fucking time, y'all.
So if the Knicks win the championship this year, then next year it's championship or bust for them, right? Because y'all clearly saying they're the best team in the league, and if they win the championship this year, they'll be the best team in the league next year, right?
I will say this, Tyrone. I will say
That's
this, Tyrone. It's not automatic, but I want to see them play this style of basketball in the regular season next year. If they keep the team together, like I think they will, and just go over the tax apron and keep the role players that they need to keep. If they can play like this during the regular season, then yes. But I need to see this in regular season.
Hold on, Tyrone, because just to please that notion of yours, I heard somebody talk about it like last week sometime. In the Knicks locker room for them, they put it on themselves, NBA Finals or bust.
Yes.
They did that themselves. We are just fans. That shit don't fucking matter what we say. They put this on themselves. And it was interesting to hear and know that. So if that's how they feel, cool. Me, like TJ said, I'm with I want to see this be consistent. It's not championship or bust. I want to see this be consistent. We can make it to the finals again and lose, but I want to see this level of consistency to where we can keep saying our name is being stamped and making it enough to put us in contention.
Right.
I remember
we got a 3 to 5 year window with that. But go ahead. Oh,
yeah. I remember Dan saying either last year or the year before last, yo, I don't care, how far we get, so long as
we progress.
We see progression. You know what I'm saying? So like 2 years ago, I think when we faced Atlanta, those couple of years back, and we were knocked out in the second round.
Yeah.
We were asking for progression. Last year, we made it to the conference finals. Now here we are. So, it's I'm okay with. I expect the Spurs to win. I mean, I'm sorry. I expect the Knicks to win. If for some reason it doesn't happen, I'm okay with it. I feel as though us being here, is success for me because we did better than we did last year. Also, but I mean, the way we're looking now, it would surprise.
We come from an era. Oh, sorry to cut you off. Where we just wanted the Knicks to be competitive. Do you remember that? We just wanted the Knicks to be fucking competitive. They weren't even competitive, bro.
We went the whole 2000s without that.
Yeah.
One year playoffs, and niggas is fucking popping balloons and streamers after one playoff win.
Yeah.
That was absurd.
Listen, and you saw none of that this year. You saw none of that. And the Knicks will tell you, even after they won the conference finals, they celebrated that night. Karl Anthony Towns is like, yo, we had a long layoff last time with Philly. We're not gonna do that again. We're gonna get right back in the gym when we go back home.
Yeah.
We want to keep the same routine, the same practice. Maybe they ramp up the intensity of practices a little bit because you can't recreate finals basketball, obviously, and shit. But everybody's head, it's like a hive mind. Everybody's thinking the same thing because the end goal, if the Knicks win, everybody's getting a statue on that team. Do you understand that? It'll be a more the ball boy is getting a statue, bro. The whole Knicks in front of Madison Square Garden will be Knicks players.
They have to give the first statue would be the Leon Rose.
So
you getting one too. You getting one too.
So listen, if the Knicks win the championship, and depending on where Giannis goes, and depending on what the Spurs do, and depending on what LeBron does, right? Y'all saying to me that it would be egregious for the Knicks to be ranked 3rd or 4th next season out of the whole NBA?
You know why, Tyrone? Chemistry. What chemistry are you building right out the gate like that?
Even simpler than that, TJ. They are the champions. They are the team to beat.
They earn that respect.
And you are the champion going into the next season. Now, when the season starts, everybody is 0-0. But you're the champs. You're now the target that everybody wants to gun.
Not only that, Dan, you're the champs, and you didn't lose anybody, you didn't lose any of your core, how are you not number one? How are you not
Right.
number one seed?
Because they still right now, if you ask the analysts right now, Oklahoma City Thunder is still better than the New York Knicks right now. Right
Are
now,
they?
you ask them.
Are
Now
they?
that's what they're going to say on paper. Yes, right now they'll tell you that the
You
Games
Oklahoma
don't play
games are
games
not
on
won on
paper.
paper.
You know what you play on paper? Tic-tac-toe. You don't play
They
NBA
make
basketball on
No, they
You
paper,
play
make
dog.
these
you play
rankings.
dots. You play dots.
TJ, these rankings
You
are
play
made
shoots and
on
ladders
paper,
on
bro.
paper.
These rankings ain't made
So
off of
on
any plan.
paper, Tyrone, the Knicks are the best team, no? They just won the
No,
finals.
on
How
paper they're
not?
not the best team.
They're the champs. On
Right
paper, they're
now,
the champs.
yeah, but they're not the best team. Like you said, OKC is out right now, and I guarantee you that OKC is ranked higher than the Knicks right now. If you rank them right now, if the analysts rank them right now, OKC would still be ranked the best team in the league right now on paper because it's on paper, bro. And that's how they do these rankings. Next season, like Dan said,
Right.
it's 0-0. But if Giannis goes to the Lakers and they don't lose Reeves in that deal, whatever happens with Giannis, Luka, Austin Reeves, and whoever the Lakers got on that team, on paper they're going to be ranked higher than the Knicks next season. On paper, they
Yeah,
are.
because on
Not
paper,
agreeing,
why? Because a celebrity name.
but that's
I
how they
mean,
do
Giannis
anyway.
is one of the. No, we know that. We know that. But again, what does the GOAT Ric Flair say? To beat a man, you got to beat the
Gotta
man.
beat the man.
And
That's not true.
if you didn't beat the fucking man, you ain't the man. You could put it. This is the shit that I was just talking about before. Like I said, I'm not projecting that I want us to win, plain and simple. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I want us to win. But I'm gonna go back to my analogy when I was mentioning my Philadelphia Eagles. They did the same shit. We would have the best defense and best offenses on that field each and every season. Come into the next season, the Chiefs are better than us. The Bills are fucking Jared Allen, who can't make it out the fucking second round, is better than us. Fucking
So,
freaking the Cincinnati Bengals, just because they got Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, are better than us. But okay. Because
Tyrone,
you put pen to paper of okay, they got these celebrities, they got these celebrities, they don't have that many celebrities.
here's what
That's usually the
destroys your
bullshit.
shit.
Yep.
Here's what destroys your shit, Tyrone, right here. Because on paper, the Knicks statistically are better than everybody that is in the playoffs right now.
Right this second.
Statistically, best 3-point team, best team in the paint, best defense, best offense. They are the best at everything. And not only they're best, they're historically the best. Nobody's ever seen the output that this team is on paper. On paper, they are the best. So OKC
Regular
can't be
season
the
or
best.
postseason.
Any season.
I'm telling you that if you went right now today and went on First Take or anything, and they said rank the NBA teams right now, the Knicks would be ranked third.
And just like that complex list, they would be
Yeah,
egregiously fucking wrong
they
because of
could be wrong.
everything that
But here's the
TJ
thing.
said.
But
Because
next season,
currently, right now on paper, there is nobody on paper better than the New York Knicks right now. And
It's
like you
not even
said,
close.
for everybody who's left in the playoffs, there's only 2 teams left. And even if statistically we wasn't better than everybody else on the Spurs, statistically wasn't better than everybody else. But guess who beat everybody to get to where they're at?
I hear what y'all saying, but I'm saying that
They didn't have to beat paper. They beat
I
rock on the fucking field. And
No,
they
I'm
beat
just saying that, you know what I mean? But I'm just saying that with these lists, I'm saying that if you are a defending championship team and the list comes out and you're within the top 5, I don't find that to be egregious because I know that these lists are based off of what the names are on that piece of paper. They're not based off what you've done before. They're not based off the games. They're based off the names. And based off the names, the Knicks could be ranked third, bro.
I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you, but it still stands that they're wrong. That's
Even
it.
if
That's it. They're
let's
wrong.
say, I know it's not going to happen, but let's say the Knicks steamroll them, wash them in 4, and they win every game by like 15 to 20 points. The Knicks are still going to come in third? You can't do that.
That'll bump
You
them up to
can't do
second.
that.
Depending on Giannis. If Giannis goes to the Lakers, they're going to rank the Lakers ahead of the Knicks.
Nah, yo,
That's what you want. That's what you want.
nah, but he's
You can't think not.
But what we've been saying this whole time is Tyrone is not wrong. It's
No, he's
not
not
wrong.
wrong. He's not wrong.
I mean, it's not right in the sense of this team is the champs.
Common sense.
You shouldn't put nobody there.
You should.
But that's how they make their money, making egregious statements and causing us to talk.
Yep. But Tyrone, for the record, you didn't say that in the beginning. Like, okay, free agent movement, all right. Now, if Boston gets Jokic or Joel Embiid, okay, yes. Now, looking at it on paper, I can see why someone would argue and say that, oh, this is a better team than New York or the Spurs or whatever. So free agency or trades or whatever. Barring that, though, I don't see anyone going into the next season better than New York.
How can they say that and they haven't dribbled the ball yet together as a team? They haven't rolled shit out, bro. They haven't done nothing.
That's always the point in this, TJ.
You know what I'm saying?
That's always the point. You just put celebrity. You put celebrity name A against celebrity name B. They'll sit here. I mean, technically, we have more we have Josh Hart is a fucking celebrity name, technically. Freaking Cat's a celebrity name, technically. But statistically, league history-wise, people will say they're not because they're, the superstar label of what they did stat-wise and the
household
name. The household name. But they'll stack those up against household name Boston, that has two of the highest paid players in the league, franchise lore and history. They'll add all the ancillary shit that we wasn't supposed to add when we was having the rap list.
Right.
And they'll add all of that nonsense.
And look what it took. It took a Herculean effort, a Herculean historic effort for them to even call Jalen Brunson the best point guard in the East.
Yeah.
It took a historic effort to even utter those words out of their mouth. And they still don't want to say it.
His name has so many asterisks through it.
Because it makes them sick. The fact that they may have to potentially celebrate the New York fucking Knicks.
The Knicks are flow charts. The Knicks
are love our misery.
The Knicks are, if this happens, go here. If this don't happen, go here.
Exactly.
That's perfect. That is perfect.
Excellent. And I think a lot of it has to do with because we didn't get it done with Patrick Ewing there.
Yes. Because if you talk to Paul Pierce, this is the same old Knicks. They're going to let you down at the end. They're going to choke.
I always ask people this, right? And people always get mad at me when I say this, but I want to know this. What did the Knicks give Patrick Ewing to help him win a championship? Because he was Batman and his Robin was John Starks.
And Allen Houston.
What did they give him?
He finally got Allen Houston.
Allen Houston, he worked to end his career, though.
They went to the finals. That's what they gave him.
We had great power forwards. We had decent small. It was the fucking players who was shit in the bed.
Mason, McDaniels.
Oakley and Mason. Anthony Mason is garbage. Charles Oakley is garbage.
Wow.
They're not good players. Yo,
R.I.P. on Anthony Mason. Bro. Don't disrespect him like that, man.
Mason was garbage,
not
bro.
Garbage.
What did he give you on the offensive end for real? Not much.
See, so that's what
14 and 12. He gave you 14 and 12.
Dude, that wasn't enough when you only got Ewing and Starks out there.
We didn't say that. But 14 and 12 garbage.
They never gave Ewing a team that could win a championship. They never did.
We had McDaniel for a year. We had McDaniel for a year. And the Knicks front office fell through and didn't re-sign him. Right. We had Charles Smith.
We had the
We had who?
we had the teams to fucking get, we made it that far, and none of
We
them
had
were
teams to
sweeps.
compete.
None of them were
We had teams
sweeps.
to compete.
It was the problem was the players we had shit the bed at the wrong times.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't that good.
We had the squad.
They were not that good, bro. Look back, John Starks was your number 2 guy, and he wasn't that good. If your number
But you
2
can't
is
say they're
not
that good if they went to the finals, bro. They beat who they had to
Exactly.
beat. They beat who they had to
And
beat
Stubbs,
to get to the finals,
Stubbs
bro.
was an all-star.
They beat who they had to beat to get to the finals. Did they win the finals? No, but they got there. Look, you can do all the shit you want to
This
talk.
on
There's only like
paper,
4
again.
teams that have the most chips in all of the NBA. It's Boston, it's the Lakers, it's San Antonio, it's Golden State, and then after that is a bunch of fucking one-timers.
When the Bulls went out, and the
Bulls.
Knicks made those finals. When the Bulls went out and the Knicks made those finals, they beat a Pacers team that was on the back end of being good, and the rest of them teams wasn't that good. Orlando wasn't that great without Shaq. You know what I'm saying? So like, what teams? The Knicks had no choice at that point. They had no choice. When the Bulls was out,
you just sound like all those analysts that said the East is weak, and who did they play to get to the finals? That's what you're saying, basically.
The East was weak at a point in time. Listen, when the Sixers made the finals against the 2001 Lakers, y'all telling me the East wasn't weak? The Sixers was not a good team. Iverson had no help. That was a garbage ass team. They hustled and bustled their way to the finals because the Knicks was weak. I mean, because the East was weak. Those Knicks they hustled and bustled to the finals because the East was weak, bro.
Did those teams make it to the finals?
Yes, but I'm telling you, they didn't.
The teams that are in the playoffs, aren't those the teams that are the best teams left to make it to the playoffs?
That don't make them good. There were teams that were sub 500 that made the fucking playoffs.
You still play the best of who's in front of you. You can't play nobody who didn't make it.
So according to your logic, OKC and San Antonio really didn't beat nobody to get to the conference finals.
They didn't really beat nobody.
We kind of all established that earlier.
Jamal Murray is not a feasible number 2 for a championship team. Yeah, they got one, but Jamal Murray is streaky. He's not that good.
You can't say that after they won one. What are you talking about?
But he's mad, though. That was his best. He did good that year. But look what he did after that. Since then, Jamal Murray's not that guy. You cannot count on him to be a number 2 on a championship team on a regular basis. He got one. Sometimes you get lucky, bro.
So you can say that about OKC. They got one, and now what? They got one. They got one. They got one. That's it. They're not. They shouldn't be ranked with nothing because they only got one.
Using your logic to defeat you again.
No, I'm not being defeated. They're not lucky. We'll see if they get another one. We'll see about them. The jig ain't up on them. The jig is up on Jamal Murray. It's up.
Here's my thing. Because Cleveland.
Edwards with Minnesota, right? What help did he have?
DiVincenzo was out.
Yeah, Big Rudy over there. Big Rudy.
Nas Reed.
That's his help. DiVincenzo's his number 2 over there.
No. But
it's supposed to be Randall.
Randall.
Well, we all know we thank God for that trade.
Randall give you 35 game 1 and 15 game 2. You count on that, dude?
You can't. Listen.
And see, and this is what.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No. Go ahead.
There's going to be a lot of if the Knicks win, there's going to be a lot of restructuring in the NBA in this offseason, bro. There's going to be a lot of bodies moving in the NBA this offseason, bro.
And this is now this is the point.
As far as consistency is concerned, what those guys are doing now, I think that they can. All those players on the Knicks can consistently do exactly what they're doing now, and that's the best thing about them. They keep this team together. They can be consistent in what they're doing, and they can win that.
And the point that I wanted to make out of this is the way this team is constructed and the way you're trying to break down the who's, what's, and what's, and what's, and what's, and why's, you know. On this Knicks team, you can't point it to one person. You can say Jalen Brunson because he is the captain of the ship. He is the team captain of the ship. But
He's a closer.
when you throw that, who's this number one? Who's the number two? Who do you count on? Who do you count on? They're showing that you count on the team.
Yeah.
Because if one ain't doing it, the other ones are filling the blanks. And then when the next one, the other one who couldn't fill the blanks is coming back to fill the blanks, and then everybody else is filling the blanks. This is why that on paper shit, because this is what we was just, that conversation was all on paper stuff.
Right.
This is why you can't always go off on paper. You got to go off of what they are laying down on the court, on the fields, actively.
Right.
On
Deuce
paper,
McBride hitting 8 threes. Josh
on
Hart
paper
hitting
is
5
cool.
threes. Shamit is 17 for 20 on 3-pointers in the entire playoffs.
Right.
That's insane, bro.
And never once we had to define who's a number two or who's a number three, because everybody is stepping up to play the role that they need to play for the positions that the team is in at those times. This is why these team games are so great, because you need team, not just to define number one, number two. You need team.
You just said it. Shea had no help. Shea had no help last night. Shea had no help. His security blanket was on the bench because he was injured, Jalen Williams, right? So he can't carry it by himself.
Then you had Chet Holmgren doing his James Harden impersonation.
Right. So when you need others to step up, this is what the Knicks are doing. Others are stepping up. Brunson had one game where he had 14 assists. He didn't even score 20 points that game. He had 14 assists. Yeah. And you know why he had 14 assists? Because other people made the buckets for him to get those assists. So it's a group effort. Bridges is playing out of his mind right now. You know why? Because the attention is pick your poison. You got Cat at the top of the key. You got Brunson cooking. OG's a monster when he drives into the paint or when he shoots a three. And then Bridges and then Hart, mid-range, and then you got Hart out there just doing shit.
Right. And this team is what y'all said, unprecedented, right? And it's unprecedented because of what's happening. This is not the standard. This is an unprecedented situation where you have a team where everybody can play their part, and there's not a definitive number one, even though Brunson is the definitive number one, but there's not a definitive number two, and everybody plays their part. That is unprecedented, and that's why they're doing unprecedented things. That ain't the normal. That's not really the normal.
No. For most of the NBA, you're exactly right. That's not the normal. You got one or two guys doing all the work, and everybody just chips in their 10, 5 points, whatever. Right. But now you really have to think about, how can I construct this team where if Luka's having an off night, and LeBron don't have it going, who else are you going to look to? Is Reeves going to step up? Right. What you're mentioning,
TJ, is how every team is supposed to construct a team. You're supposed to construct a team where it's just, again, when you put it out on the floor, you got to see what happens. And then not everybody remains consistent. We just happen to remain consistent. That's the difference, is we remain consistent. If one person ain't doing it, the next person's stepping up. Like you said, with freaking God, Shamit was almost been can't miss these playoffs, at the 3-point line. You know what I'm saying? But then you have Josh Hart going off some games to help put us ahead. Then you have freaking Cat out rebounding everybody and their mother and shit. The reason why you put teams together is just like you think about the Bulls. Dennis Rodman could score his ass off if he wanted to. He played his role and did what he had to do to make the team win. Mm-hmm. Everybody played their role and fit their lane.
Yeah, it was a role play because you had Paxson, you had Kerr, you had Hodges.
Everybody. There's no everybody. Even Jordan is a role player. His role was to captain the ship.
No, the Bulls was constructed. Michael Jordan was number one. Scottie Pippen was number two. They was constructed that way. If Michael Jordan ain't doing it, he still got Scottie to do it, and everybody else with their roles.
But who killed him? That 12 to 14 points that Horace Grant got shooting his little middies and putbacks,
Yeah,
that
but
put
that's
him over the top.
This
That
is
put
what
them
I'm
over the
talking
top,
about.
bro.
that's not how they were
Steve
constructed.
Kerr hitting game winners. John Paxton hitting game winners.
Steve Kerr would tell you at
Everybody,
the end of the game, Jordan was
everybody
like,
playing their role. That's
Steve
it.
Kerr would tell you at the end of the game, Jordan said, I'm the decoy. I'm going to come to you for the shot. You're going to be wide open. Knock this shit down.
Mm-hmm.
This Knicks team, I think, is working because Cat's failures is what's making this Knicks team work. Because I feel like Cat was constructed. It was Jalen who was constructed to be the number one, and Cat was constructed to be the number two. And Cat is not that dude. And so it's like Cat's good enough to be here, and the rest of the team said, "Listen, Cat's feeling is here, and we got to step up to account for us not having a formative number two." And it works
But
out.
here's the difference.
But that's how it. All you just
It-
did was describe how a team is supposed to work.
But,
Right.
but they don't.
That's it.
That's my point I'm making. They don't operate like that. They operate like, look at the Celtics. The Celtics are out now because they operate Tatum's number one, Brown's number two, or Brown's number one, Tatum's number two, and all the rest of these dudes are just role players. And that's why they lost.
All you're doing is, my bad, TJ. All you're doing is explaining why I'm consistently right when I say these things are team games. You can have number one, number two, number three. You can have all of that. But if the whole machine ain't clicking, 1 and 2 can score 60 alone. Then what did everybody else do?
Yeah.
Then
Right.
what did when you don't
Right.
have a full team to
Right.
carry the whole ship, then
Right.
what the fuck else?
Right.
It's a luxury to have people who can go off for 20 plus one night, then go 15 another night, but then they make up that loss of points in another avenue.
Right.
That's what the fuck a team is supposed to do.
And that's what we've been doing.
That's what
and that's
yes.
That's exactly what they've been doing. And Cat is comfortable with being 2A or 3B or whatever it is because he wants to be the focal point of setting the offense up.
Yeah.
Right? And when that doesn't work, we go to JB. If that doesn't work, we find OG. If that doesn't work, we find Bridges. If that doesn't work, somebody off the bench comes off.
Now,
even
if you notice,
Alvarado,
and when
Alvarado, the little bit of minutes he gets, he's making
and when
an
those
impact
shots
on the
are
game.
missing, Josh Hart's crashing the boards.
Yep.
When those shots are missing, Cat's crashing the boards. OG, Mitch Robinson, everybody.
If you notice, we went back to JB being, playing iso ball because Cleveland scout, they already didn't heard enough publicity, enough. They did their scouting reports or whatever about Cat being an offensive hub. So if you notice, we went back to how we were playing pre those 1-point games we lost.
Because we had the luxury of the guy who can create a shot, and with his shot creation, gets other people open.
Correct.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's like you said, but you got to have the coach to tell the star player, hey, we doing this tonight, or we running it like this because this is what's going to work to help us win. The players got to buy in on that. If the players don't buy in on that, it's like, fuck it, I'm getting my shot. He's getting his shot. You know what I'm saying? Or if he goes into a black hole and he's 0 for 15 or some shit like that, and he's still chucking, he's the reason why y'all lost. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't play within the team parameter of the game to make it work to win.
So back when I said when Patrick Ewing was playing for the Knicks and they went to those finals,
they didn't have the team.
And your boy John Starks was jacking and missing.
But that's on Pat Riley. That's on the coach. That's on the coach.
But they didn't have the talent to make up for it.
Rolando Blackman
was sitting on the bench. Rolando Blackman was stuck on the bench for that series, bro.
And
he's like, I'm gonna live and die with John Starks. And that's what happened. He lived and died with John Starks. Just like the Celtics, they're gonna live and die with the 3-point shot. And you know what happened? They died on the 3-point shot. That's what happened. Again. So
Maxey,
if you don't make it,
Tyrese Maxey is a better point guard than they died on him, and Embiid not showing up. They all
it's
died.
just it's
Oh,
they all died
rest in peace to
trying to
their
get
seasons.
their way instead of playing within the corporation of the team.
So you
You know what
saying
I'm
that they
saying?
would have put Rondo in, the Knicks would have won that championship?
What happened?
We
Say
could
again?
have been in.
You think
We
so?
could have been in. He said if they put Rolando in, we could have won the championship.
But
We
you don't
might
know
have
how
been
it would have turned out. You don't know how it would have
way
turned
too
out.
late.
He never
We
had the
could have
chance to.
been. We could have been in a better position. Yes, we could have.
We were up
And
in
then
that series, actually.
John Starks sitting on the bench looking at shit, watching from the bench, could
Y'all,
have been like, all right, I got to get my shit together.
but that's what I'm talking about the egregiousness of what happened to Patrick Ewing was that the Knicks put their faith in John Starks.
Yes.
Yeah, we're
And it was
not
a
disagreeing.
bad call.
And that's
It was
what
a
I'm
bad
saying.
call. Yeah, it was
And
a bad
that's
call.
why
But
I
look,
said that they didn't help Patrick Ewing win no championship down there.
Look, you saw it earlier in this series, right? I don't even think it was in the Philly series. Shamet, they pulled Hart off the floor, and Shamet got those minutes. And what did Hart do the next game? Shot 5 threes and made all them shits. Scored 26 points. Because you know what? He said, I'm not letting that happen again. I'm not letting that happen again. And
you
I
have
want to
to
be
trust.
involved.
You have to trust the fact that, hey, as a coach, this ain't working tonight. I got to try something else.
I gotta try something else.
And fortunately, it's worked in our favor.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's the whole coaching and shit. It's the game itself is just a crapshoot. So many teams could have won and lost just off the bounce of a ball. Motherfucking what? Charles fucking Smith.
Yeah.
That motherfucker.
But look, Dan, you're right. But look, Shaman could have came in and went 0 for 6, and we could have lost that game. It could have been
and
that
they had to
simple.
put Hart back in. But that could have been the switch to flipping Josh Hart's head to get the shit together. We don't know because it didn't happen because the pieces worked together.
Right. I pushed the right button at the right time, and boom, this is what happened. You don't think the coaches are in these guys' ears all throughout the game? Hey, I see you doing this. Oh, I see the mismatch here. Oh, this is what they're doing to try to get you out of the play. They're constantly in these guys' ears the entire game. You have to execute it. You have to execute it.
Or TJ, you have players that Mike Brown has, and they check each other. Where the coach don't have to say it.
Right. They have an accountability. The Knicks have talked about this. Everybody's held accountable in that locker room after the game. There's no pointing fingers. Hey, man, you kind of fucked up tonight. You know what I'm saying? Clean your shit up, or else this is what's going to happen. You don't need nothing else to be said after that. There's nothing else to be said there. And you got to be a bigger man and take your pride out of it and be like, you know what? You're right. I was fucking up. I did have 3 turnovers in the last 2 minutes. I did fumble the ball. I did throw it out of bounds or whatever. Or I did try to go Rambo play hero ball or whatever the fuck the case may be. That applies to Brunson. That applies to Cat and everybody else, bro.
And this is why team ball always wins over ego ball.
And this is why they play for each other. This is why these guys play for each other.
And
they play for each other.
And this is why you also have to count on players and leadership. And this is why I can never respect a player like James Harden, because for him to lose and come back and get on TV and say we still was the better team.
Analytically, they're the better team.
That was on Tyrone's paper. That was on paper.
That shows me you don't have no leadership, no accountability, no nothing. Why can't you just? Jokic came on TV after they lost and said, "Listen, if we was in my country, everybody be fired."
Tyrone, on that team, it starts with the coach, because it's the same coach who had the nerve to say that James Harden was his best defender.
Yes, I was getting right to that. Oh, he's gassing him. He's gaslighting him.
Yeah.
He's gaslighting him.
Cypher don't get gassed.
Right.
Somebody in the press conference room should have said that shit to him.
Yo, he was a horrible defender in his prime. You know what I'm saying? And when Brunson started hunting for him, I'm like, yo, how? That was the first time I realized that Atkinson was way in over his head. I'm like, yo, how are you not pulling this guy out of the game?
You,
I mean, thank you, but
And
But
allegedly
no.
Brunson isn't a good defender, right?
but here's this. Oh, he couldn't pull him out the game because obviously
yeah,
Harden wasn't scoring the way he does, but he was hoping something would spark and Harden would turn into the old James Harden of Houston days,
but
and he
no.
But
never appeared.
James
Yeah,
Harden
Harden
with the
didn't want to
ball
be
in
out
his
there.
hand, James Harden with the ball in his hand is still a scoring threat. Like
yeah.
he's got that. He's not the same, but
Right.
you still gotta respect that.
And
All right,
that's why he couldn't get off the floor.
all right.
And everybody else didn't show up.
Right.
Team
Here's the
game.
issue. Here's the issue I have with coaching, and with James Harden, right? James Harden is one of the most prolific scorers in basketball history, right?
Was
James Harden is the man, can get to the hole, can get to the basket, can score, got range, got all these scoring things. James Harden has been on a bunch of different teams, right? And you as a coach don't ever think, why this man keeps traveling? Why is this man keep getting off team? Because number
He
Why
played
why
one,
did
with
we get him for
Kyrie.
cheap
He
deals?
played
yeah.
he played with
yeah,
Kyrie. He played with Kevin Durant. He played with Dwight Howard. He played with Chris
this
Paul.
man is getting
Like the
traded for
Played with Joel
cheeseburgers.
Embiid.
This
Joel
man is
Embiid.
getting
The
traded,
track history is long. The rap sheet is
and,
long on him, bro.
and he's getting traded for cheeseburgers, and you don't do your due diligence and see what else. And then you come up with this man who is a defensive liability on every team he's been on. You go out in public and say he's your best defender? Like, no.
Exactly.
Like, no. You don't know this
That
man.
that that or, that organization showed me a lot because
Yeah, you don't know
truthfully, he
this
should
man
have been
at
fired.
all.
I mean,
So
he should have been fired. You know what I'm saying?
can we
But
He's
can we
on paper, TJ, hold on. But on paper, like Tyrone said, the Cavs are allegedly better than us on paper.
Yeah.
can we get
Allegedly.
rid of the narrative of Cat and Brunson being the weakest defenders on a number 2 defense in the playoffs? Like, I understand he's by more athletic guards, he's going to get blown by, but at least he tries. Like, he tries to stay in front of. Cat
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
making an effort.
Cat moving his
Harden
feet
is
now.
making no effort to try to stop his man. He's guarding his hand with his man behind his back. There was like 3 possessions in a row where Brunson was coming down and he didn't even try to put a hand up to stop the shot. It was Olay defense. He was like, "Here you go. The paint is right here,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah.
Out there
The paint is right here, sir.
He was out
How
there
would you
looking
like your
Fat Luka.
how would you like your 2 points? Do you want the napkin tucked in the shirt or do you want it on the table?"
Remember Fat Luka was going to Olay.
Right. Luka's doing the same thing. But
No, Luka
everybody has to buy in.
Luka wasn't fat this year. Don't hate on my man. He tried.
I'm not hating, but like, you have to make an effort. If your teammates see you making an effort, they're more willing to help you out. You know what I'm saying? They'll be like, "Oh, all right. If he gets by, I know at least I got to step up because I know who's in front of him." You know what I'm saying? Force somebody else to beat you. Force somebody else to beat you.
A real team would know that teammate's deficiencies and step up even harder.
Right, and that's
Right.
what they're doing. That's
I was
exactly
gonna say that okay, you know that Harden is a poor defender. They still had the Twin Towers. They still had their Twin Towers in there, in the paint. So what was going on? You know what I'm saying? That game 1 when Brunson went off, I'm not talking about game 2, because game 2, I think Brunson scored like 14, 15 points or something like that.
Yeah.
But game 1, he was killing it. You know what I'm saying? On national television.
Stop the bleeding.
Yes, do something.
Yeah,
You know,
Hard. Push him down. Knock him down, Hard.
Get a flagrant. Get a
Yeah,
flagrant foul. Yeah, do something. Show me you care.
But again, the coach dropped the ball because Schroeder was on the bench, right? Dean Wade was on the bench because Dean Wade was the only one that leading up to the series, it was like, oh, he plays Brunson hard or whatever. He plays him tight or whatever. Like you had all these options, and you continue
year, Schroeder
can't.
Hold on, real quick, Dan. Last year when Schroeder was on the Pistons, he gave Brunson fits at some time.
Yeah, he did. Mm-hmm.
He gave Brunson some
But
fits at some times. Why are you
what
not
he
going
did,
to this?
because what he did was try to keep the people who can shoot him back in the game in the game. The game. This is, I mean, and again, watching the Spurs play, they show how much of this game has transitioned to just shoot the three. Just try
Yes,
to knock down as many threes as possible.
right.
James Harden, unfortunately, is still an offensive threat, but he's even more of a defensive liability. To where
Yeah.
one, like we said before, you're a coach. You gotta trust your horses enough to know
You
when
know,
to say when.
So
Yeah.
you
here's
know,
this, right? Thibodeau said this: you do what the game tells you, right?
Right.
Harden is getting cooked. The game is telling you this
Yeah.
nigga is fried rice. This
no.
nigga is fried rice. The game
Oh
is telling
shit.
you he's fried rice, bro.
You know what
Word.
else you said though? But TJ, do what the game tell you is not also always a good strategy because the way the Spurs play, the game tells them to shoot threes. The way Boston plays, the game tells them to shoot threes. Boston gets wide open 3-point shots for their players all the time. So the game
Right.
Mhm.
tells them to shoot them threes. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's
So
like
what's the backup plan when the threes don't fall?
that's the problem. The game keeps telling you to shoot the threes, but when they don't
Yeah.
go in, you better sit
Yeah.
around and don't listen to the game no more.
Yeah.
This is why
Exactly.
What do you do when the threes don't fall, bro? Go
this is
ahead,
why
Danny.
week in and week out, I think by Tyrone's statements, he just don't want to admit it, but by Tyrone's statements, he's falling more and more into the understanding of how much a team game all these sports are. Don't freaking matter what you won to.
But
The
but
Knicks have a one, technically,
right,
and everybody else is doing their job.
I was
right.
about to say everyone else is
Absolutely
important.
not. I will take Kobe and Shaq over this Knicks team all day, every day.
Of course you would. I wouldn't
Why
right
wouldn't you?
now, but
I
the
Why
would
Knicks
right
wouldn't
of
you?
now.
the Knicks of 2 years ago, I'm taking Kobe and Shaq because it's Kobe and Shaq.
Right. You
but
have come on. You have outliers, man.
But listen,
exactly,
Shaq never had to play against somebody like a Towns, bro, where he had to be forced to come out of the paint. Shaq sat his ass in the paint. It was a different era of basketball,
true.
bro.
Yep,
It was a
yep.
different era of basketball. If you want Shaq to sit in the paint, I'll let Towns shoot all the threes he wants. And he's gonna make probably 40% of them shits. That might be the difference in the game, though.
It's
That
True.
might
not,
be the difference in the game.
but you also got to understand this too, that if players are playing in certain eras, then they know about this, right? So if Shaq was in this era right now, he would have been a little slimmer. He would have been shooting threes. Shaq would
Right,
have,
I was
right.
about to say
you know what I mean?
Shaq
He would
better
have
be
been
in
a
shape,
different
boy.
dude. He would have been a different dude.
You got to be in shape because all these teams are also running. But here's the
Mm-hmm.
difference between the Knicks and everybody else, right? When you say all the 3-pointers, the Knicks are the number one team with points in the paint. They don't turn down the easy 2-point shot. They don't turn down the mid range. They don't turn down the fast break layup to kick it out to a wide open 3 for a high percentage shot. They're going to take all the points you give them, whether it's 2 or 3. We'll let you figure out how to catch up. That's not on us. You're going to give us the bucket, we'll take it. If we go down again, you're going to give us that same bucket, we're going to take it and keep taking it until you figure out a way to stop it. And if you can't stop it, we'll trade buckets with you all night with us up. You know what I'm saying?
That's my
If we're
team.
saying 15 points, we'll trade baskets for the rest of the game because you're not stopping nothing. You're not shutting it down. And that's
and with that being said, I don't know if we have anything else, but we are once again, like we do every week, approaching 3 hours. So unless you got something else, we can shut it down.
Did you
Knicks is
hear
five.
about
Knicks
what
is
happened?
five, man. Knicks is 5.
Did you hear what happened when the Prime Minister of Canada came to the White House the other day?
No.
So Trump was like 15 minutes late for this meeting. Didn't
Sounds about
explain
right.
why. Yeah. Didn't explain why. Handed a sheet of paper to him with all these tariffs and restrictions and everything. The motherfucker from Canada got up and walked out. Walked the fuck out. He said, "You're not going to extort us. You're not going to extort us. We'll figure it out. There's other people that want to work with us." We're trying to, and you fucking up the shit that's with your neighbor. The guy is literally up the block.
Right.
Literally up the block. What are you doing?
You got 2 more years.
How
Man.
do you
2 more
fuck up
years.
a free trade agreement? Free trade agreement.
You got 2 more years,
Again,
man.
we hope it's just two.
Yeah.
I'm
Fingers
gonna just
crossed.
consistently sit on that. We
We
hope it's
hope
just two.
we get to the midterms. That's what we're hoping for right now. Let's get to the midterms. That will determine how the next 2 years are going to go.
Facts.
Again,
And
let's
if
just
it
hope
works
it's
out,
only two. Let's just hope it's only two. Because they're
listen,
already showing us they don't give a fuck about the rules.
nope,
They don't
at
care.
all.
Mm-hmm.
When you got your man coming up there and saying if the Democrats win the midterm, we're all going to jail. That's fucking insane.
Right. But
Let's say
but
the
they're
quiet part
running
out loud.
but they're running with the I'm not fucking leaving. That's how they're working right now.
I would like to think, and my brain wants to logically tell me that the people that are in this organization that can make this kingship thing or make this thing happen where he has more than 2 years or whatever, the people that are in charge of that, my logic in my brain and my hopes and prayers tell me that they don't want that shit to happen neither. And my logic tells me that there are people in there that are not going to destroy this country like that. And my logic tells me that, yeah, we can say yes, yes, yes. We can say yes, yes, yes all we want. And we can front all we want. But if we make it through these 2 years and it hasn't happened, it ain't going to happen. So my hopes and prayers are telling me that these people are just yesing them, but not blessing them. And they're not going to let the shit go down.
I don't know about
It's
that.
not that's your logic. It's more like hope. You hope you hope because I'm telling you that I described it the other past couple weeks since Trump is the puppet.
Yes.
They will get the right person in front to be the spokesperson for whatever they want. They will get the right person in front to push along what they really want. But they're trying to push they're pushing hard now because, like TJ mentioned, Steve Bannon was speaking the quiet part out loud, just like O said. If they don't stop us now, and I'm paraphrasing, but it's if they don't
Party
stop
done.
them right now, it's over for them. This whole movement, this whole swing, look at it from the standpoint of how they are gerrymandering districts in these
Yes.
states and
Yeah.
jerking districts in these states,
Yeah.
eliminating quote unquote mostly black voice and people of
Right.
color's voice. And now, mind you, let's remember, people, they can make an area all red. You can still go and vote blue, green, black,
Right.
whatever.
Right. It
You
doesn't
can
matter.
still go vote it.
Right.
You can still go vote it. And you can still eventually get them out and flip them spots. But
Right.
they're gerrymandering these areas in ways where the red leans heavier to where even if it's 51%,
It's a
they
win.
still got the head. They still got the
Right.
lead. They're not doing that for no reason. They're not allowing this dude to just run wild and run willy-nilly and say, yes, he can do whatever the fuck he wants. They doing that because when they need something signed, if it co-signs with the bullshit that he's with,
They're
then
getting
it's
it.
easy. It's
Yeah, they
light
getting
for
it.
them. But there's a reason why they're trying to silence our votes by the way of gerrymandering. And it's happening in all the red racist Confederate states. That's where it's happening the most. It's not happening where people have smarts and people have. And I'm not saying there's dumb people down there. I'm just saying think smart if you're not one of them and apply your votes properly to show them. Oh, you think you playing with us? Now we're gonna show you fucked up. And I really, really believe. I want to believe that the lack of Epstein file accurate Epstein file stuff coming out and people really being held accountable is one of those small death nails that they're not taking serious anymore. That's one of the
Right.
small things. It's just one of them. They're still they're still racist towards us as long as the black person and the people of color and Mexicans and all those people speak. As long as we're still held down, that's all that counts for them in
Here's the
some
thing.
respects. But
Here's
they're
the
not
thing.
getting all that they want either.
If we win the House and the Congress in the midterms, all that work that Trump did, he's got to now like executive order the shit or try to pass it some illegal way to get it done. And when we control the House and the Senate, all that shit gets blocked, it gets overturned, everything comes to a dead stop halt. And then they're going to flip around and say, it's the Democrats that didn't pass this, it's the Democrats that didn't do this. That's the only thing they can fall back on. That's the only thing they can fall back on. The Democrats stopped me from doing this. And that's why we're not moving. It's all the Democrats' fault. You can blame the Democrats all you want. You had 2 years to get this shit right, and you didn't. You made it worse. You made it worse. So where we at?
Mamdani proved that shit can get done in 3 months. But y'all hate him too.
Or where he's a socialist, communist, all this other shit. New York is gonna go. This is the wild shit that kills me all the time. They think as big as New York is, that we will fail, or like the city in a fiber. It's never going to be like that. Ever. All the billionaires are putting their money out. Who's moving? The money's here. Ain't nobody going nowhere. Nobody's turning down that check. What are you talking about?
And even if they can move where their residence is, but their businesses are still here.
Right. They ain't pulling all of that money out that they invested in here. Because you know why? You can't make that money in Florida. You can't make that money in Utah. You can't make that money in Kentucky, Alabama, Tennessee, Wyoming. They're poor for a reason. Those states are poor for a reason. Because the people there can't do shit, don't know shit. So they're not turning down that cash cow. They're not doing it. It sounds good. Like you said, Tyrone, on paper, it sounds good. On paper, it sounds good. It sounds like a brand. Oh, wait until all the billionaires pull out. Fifth Avenue is still popping. Wall Street is still popping. The business district is still popping. I'm in the city twice a week. Nobody gives a fuck about that shit. Nobody's caring. Everybody's doing what they need to do to make money. And they're going to continue to make money. And that's the whole deal. They're going to continue to make the money. This New York is guaranteed money. Put it like that. It's guaranteed money. It ain't going nowhere. That's guaranteed. I'm going to turn down billions of dollars guaranteed to me and my company. Fuck out of here. To move where?
The shit like that, TJ, the real threat to America, which it would never happen, even though I would say we should do it, especially just try to do it. If New York were to secede from the country, that would be a death nail.
What they think is if they move the company, the people in the company are going to move with them. The fuck out of here. Ain't nobody want to move to a place in the middle of West Bumblefuck. No beach, no. What you got? Amusement parks and lakes? Yeah, do better.
And good luck finding qualified people to do the jobs in those states. You're just now going to turn it further into robotics. And again, qualified people in those states, are they even have the brains enough to do the computer work to keep the robots running?
Bro, it's not going to happen. It's not going to. For all the good restaurants they got in these wild ass places, it ain't nothing like New York. It ain't nothing like LA. It ain't nothing like Chicago. All right? Go find me a good Chinese spot in Utah. It's not going to happen. These people don't want to move to these places, bro, because ain't shit there.
And just to show
Utah, man.
And just to show the level of intelligence of these people out there too, and how they can't just West Virginia. I think I said this last show, but West Virginia, once again, I seen a video. This woman was talking about how we need to be talking about what's going on there more, because they are allegedly bringing coal back and fooled these people by saying, oh, they're bringing back clean coal. They were just saying, putting the words, it's clean coal. They got all these mines back, right? I should show you my sister's face when I'm saying this. But they got all of these mines back, up and open and running, and it's fucking up their drinking water.
Well,
Their water is running fucking Tang orange right now.
Wow.
right. And where you going? Where you going?
Worse.
Because for me, that's the thing. There are people in Flint, Michigan, and the people in West Virginia with the tan water, right? If I turn my faucet on, that water comes out orange or rusty brown. I gotta move. I gotta go. I can't live there. But you can't move, right? You don't got money, right?
This happening in the places where people can't afford to do that,
That's what
Tyrone.
I'm saying.
It's
That's what
nice
I
to
mean. Like,
think you could get up and go.
that's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. So, like,
Also,
what do you do?
if you think your company and your people are going to move to some West Bumblefuck country, a state, right? Are you going to pay them the New York salary that they were getting?
That part.
Fuck out of here.
That part.
Are
You
you
better
even
bring
gonna?
my salary and everything with it.
TJ, they're not even gonna
from
pay.
$40 to $18 an hour.
They're not even. So they're not even gonna pay to help them move.
Wow.
How about that?
Nah.
Fuck
That
outta
ain't
here.
working. They're not work. That's not working.
I got offered.
What would you
What'd
say,
you say,
Tyrone?
Ty?
Yep, because I was gonna say that Philadelphia to DC for power driving, $20 an hour pay cut. Just from Philadelphia to DC, it was a $20 an hour pay cut difference for me to go down there and work. So I said, listen,
You ain't doing that.
and they offered me to come down there, and I said, listen, I can make that same money I'm making down there to come down there and leave my family to work. I can make that sitting on my couch getting unemployment. So the fuck y'all talking to?
Word.
Yeah, it doesn't translate. And they're like, oh, they're gonna take all these jobs. All right, so I'm making $45 an hour in New York. What are you gonna pay me when I get to Tennessee? $17, $18 an hour? I gotta change my lifestyle now. I gotta cut back on what I'm
Maybe
doing.
remote.
TJ, and how about nowadays that grocery price in Tennessee equals New York's probably.
Also, in New York, you got some of the best healthcare, medicine, and doctors. I'm gonna go to some state where I gotta travel 45 minutes to the hospital, to the fucking
Exactly.
City Med joint. Oh, you crazy?
You're a woman.
Don't get your girl pregnant.
Because I was gonna say, don't be a woman in one of these states, because them rusty, crusty old men control your body and what you can do in these doctor's offices.
Yep.
And two of the doctors in that office is really veterinarians. Okay.
Right. They said women vagina, cat vagina. It's all the same. They call it pussy, right? We call them pussy cats, right? Yeah,
Like, Doc,
okay.
It's anatomy.
Are you holding a textbook?
It's all in the same spot.
Right?
Yeah, they're not doing that, bro. They're not giving up all of that. They're like, oh, they're gonna pull their company out and hire who? Who are they hiring? The
You
worst
see, you're
of the
fat
worst.
like a cow. You got 4 stomachs too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna hire the best of the worst.
Right.
That's not gonna cut it. That's not gonna cut it. And you're gonna pay this guy who went from $18 to $25 an hour because that's a raise. You know what I'm saying? Because now he thinks he's making some money and shit. And he's gonna fuck the whole thing up because he doesn't have the experience, he doesn't have the education, and he never had the opportunity to be in this position in the first place. Or else, you know where he'd be at? In New York, getting his bread like everybody else is fucking who comes here to get their bread. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just talk. It's just talk.
No, it does suck to be a New York City employee and barely can afford to live here. It does.
How you think the people in San Fran feel, Dan?
I know.
A $350,000 house is like 1.5 out there. That's
True
insane.
indeed. True
That's
indeed.
insane.
I
Dudes
knew-
making
I knew-
$100,000 a year living in their cars. That's insane.
I was gonna say I knew San Fran was crazy when I came out of the military. I saw San Fran PD was starting at like $95,000. I'm like, yo, what's the Suffolk
Just
County Police?
I was gonna say, just like Suffolk, right?
Yeah, Suffolk I know
Bro,
the sergeant was offering like
bro.
93.
Oh, and they broke.
Mm-hmm.
They broke. They're living from check to check on that shit.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part.
It
That's the
ain't
crazy
easy.
part.
It
So
ain't easy.
no,
I make over 100, and I'm check to check. It's
Wow.
listen,
hard. It's not
Yeah.
easy.
I just got there and I see the difference already, and life is a little bit better than what it was 2 months ago and shit. You know what I'm saying?
We're not gonna go down all the variables and
No,
how it hits different. But
how
yes,
it
I
hits different.
understand.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like to tell me to move to Florida to take less,
No way, Jose.
I don't care how sunshine that state is. It ain't never gonna
Yep.
equal what's in my back pocket and shit. You know what I'm
you
saying?
might you might be able to buy a cheaper house, but then what?
Right.
You still got to take care of that house. Where's that
There's
income
no
gonna
public
go when
transportation.
you're taking a half, you're taking close to half a cut.
Right.
Yeah.
And how you getting to work?
Right.
There's no subway, there's no
The
train,
infrastructure's
there's no
not there.
bus, there's no cab. Uber drivers are going to come up if that's the case, and then you just might as well get a job as an Uber driver at that point. You know
Oh
what
my
I'm
God.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no way to get to work if you got to travel 45 minutes, and the only way to get there is by car.
Yeah, nah.
Or bike.
Nobody's doing that, man. Nobody's doing
Yeah.
But I got an e-bike and I got 2 batteries. I might be able to do it.
that.
But
He said, "Yeah,
anyway, we
halfway
done.
through, I got to throw the other battery in just so I can get to work,
Yeah.
and then I
Word.
charge both of
Yo,
them for the way home
I
and
don't know
shit."
if y'all ever rode one, but that pedal assist
I
is
know
the
it's nice.
truth.
I
Nah,
know it's
You
nice.
start.
I'm about to be in the market to buy a regular bike, a pedal bike, but that's it. You know.
Nah, the e-bike is the shit.
But
Not gonna lie, because once I hit the pedal, then like whatever the speed I had it up to, it
Oh,
kicks
man.
in, and then I could keep hitting it. I could hit the throttle, and then if you're going uphill and you got the speed going a certain way, once you pedal, that extra boost, like you remember back in the day, you'd have to stand up and be like,
Yeah.
yeah.
nah, you could just chill and just pedal the same way you was pedaling,
Good
and
That's
times,
a
boy.
beautiful
right up
thing.
the hill,
That's
right
a
up the
beautiful
fucking
thing.
hill, dude.
Technology, baby.
Man, listen. Shout out to my brothers from Port Richmond, man. I'll go bike riding again if we had these shits.
Come
Let's get the
on,
e-bike squad up, bro.
straight
Let's get the
cheating.
e-bikes.
Where's the fun in that, man?
So it's man,
Oh,
listen, I had a motorcycle, so it feels a little more dangerous than a motorcycle, to be honest with you.
Bro.
Yeah.
You
Wow.
can't jump no
Wow.
ramps with an e-bike, Dan.
I know. My fat ass is split it in half. But anyway, on that note, what you
Go
say?
I'm
ahead,
not
Ty.
riding no bike at all. No kind of bike. I'm not doing it. No. My bike days are over.
Nah.
And
See
you know
now
what?
now
All
I
them
feel
people
like
that work
breaking
for
it
them
out now.
corporations, bike days is over too. You know what I'm saying?
Right? I feel like breaking it out now, but part of breaking it out is having to put it away.
Yeah,
It ain't got that much space.
It's like getting a
But
racetrack for Christmas, and then you got to pick that shit up and put it back in the
right,
box.
dude. Yeah, I'm gonna end on this. Tyrone and Big O, y'all are on TikTok, so I know y'all see these. I was just saying this shit to my daughter yesterday because it's something that has been rolling in my head all the time. You mentioned tracks, TJ. Marble racing on TikTok is the shit. There's people who
Yeah.
do
What?
races like marble racing. Yes, it is actually entertaining as hell to watch. But all these people with these custom marble tracks, what happens when the trend is done? Where you gonna put that track? Just like the
yeah.
Hot Wheels. Where you gonna put that track?
It's like Dan. It's like Ty said, in the recycling bin.
And on that note, we
It's good.
done. Oh, you know what to do.
All right. All right, fellas, yo, great show, man. Great show, man. Had a good time, man. Chopping it up with y'all. Shout out to the listeners, shout out to the viewers, shout out to my boy Jamal, wherever he's at. You know, Knicks in 5, like I said, man. Pass on my boy TJ, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, this was another great show. Shout out to Jamal. Sorry you had to miss it today. This was a good one. I'm with O, Knicks in 5. Hopefully, when we talk back, hopefully we might be up 2-1 or something like that. I don't know. I can't say. You got to play the games, but
It's every other day, right? Every other night.
Every other night from here till next week. So we'll see. Except when it goes back to New York, I think it's a 2-day travel day thing. So like,
okay,
we'll have 2 days off and then it'll be in New York. But it doesn't matter. Hopefully, I work across the street from the Garden now. Literally, I can see that shit outside my window from work. And if it's game 3 or game 4, and we're up 3-0. I'm gonna be in them streets. I'm telling you right now.
TJ ain't working remote not one of them days.
No. And I'm gonna tell my boss, I'm like, hey, if we win, whatever the day the parade is on, I am not going to be there. I am disconnecting from everything. You're gonna see my live, and it'll be me with 9 million people in the streets, hoping New York.
He's gonna say, "Guess what? We closed that day because I'm coming too."
But yeah, another great show. This was fun. I'm here for it, and I can't wait till next week. On you, Ty.
I can't wait till next week. But TJ, your math ain't mathing because the finals don't start till Wednesday. So
right, the final Wednesday, Friday.
You're not gonna have 3 games before we come back on.
Oh, you're right. So hopefully we up 2-0. Hopefully up 2-0. Or at least it's 1-1. If it's 1-1, I'm happy with that. I'll take the 1-1.
Sunday.
Going into Sunday. I'll take the 1-1.
I'm saying Knicks in 6. And I'm saying I enjoyed this week as I do every week. And I also want to say that the WNBA is still going on. Okay, their season is still going on. And I want to just give a shout out to Jessica Shepard because my homegirl dropped 20, 20, and 10, triple-double.
Damn.
She's only the second woman in WNBA history to do that. And so I just wanted to make sure I shout her out for that.
They're balling like that over there, Ty?
Oh, she's balling like that.
They're balling like that?
Yeah,
20, 20, and 10?
Yes, sir.
Shit, that ain't easy. I don't care what game you play, who you play with. That shit ain't easy, man.
Right. So, I mean, and the games are getting way better, dude. Like this year, man, they've been balling.
So it's been really competitive, is what you're saying. Like they balling every night.
And guess what?
Been saying it at the end of every show every week.
And you know what I like about it for real? What I like about it for real is that they protested, they stood their ground on the loot, they got them contracts, and they came out.
They're backing it up. They're backing it up. They backing it up. Yeah.
They say thanks. So that's what's up. Yeah. So next year, this shit gonna go up again, man. So I'm proud of them.
And
what's messed up is like, go ahead.
I got to give props to them. Look, I was going to just quick. I missed this comment earlier from Hawks ATL. He said, Spurs about to have a rude awakening. Knicks heat are different. They score in bunches and in a hurry.
Facts.
Sorry about the late comment post, brother. Or sister.
But, Ty, it's kind of messed up because I'm not paying attention to that right now because of where my squad is at. Like you said, the timing is really fucked up, man. You can't really appreciate it. With everybody's glued to the NBA playoffs right now. You know what I'm saying? It's just tough to get around that. Yeah,
I mean, we really didn't touch on that aspect of it. Like it's good for the NBA. Everybody's watching. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, they said it's good when New York is in the playoffs. So that's proven to be true. That's proven
whether it's positive or negative.
Yeah.
Well, too bad for them motherfuckers. Too bad for them it's positive right now. And like I said, it's just Knicks for the win. Let's continue to make these people sick.
Fuck Stephen A. Smith. Fuck Nick Wright. Fuck Chris Broussard. Fuck Brian Windhorst.
Chandler Parsons.
All the people that clowned us, man. We're here now.
Becky Hammond.
Well,
I look at Stephen A. Smith as sometimes he stood on his flag, but he tells it like it is. It just don't feel authentic.
Yeah.
It's
But I
But
not.
he's a
remember,
Knicks fan. But he's a Knicks fan. But it just don't
I
feel
didn't,
authentic.
I don't remember this though. They showed it. The first NBA, this is NBA on TV of the season. Charles
Mhm.
Barkley said that the Knicks were going to
Yes.
go to the finals,
Yes. I saw
and,
that.
and
I
they were
saw that.
clowning them. And now look at what happened.
Shaq put money on the table.
Yeah, Shaq
Shaq
put
put
money
money
on
on the
the table.
table. Shaq owes him some racks.
Yo,
There's some
as
game
a
and
matter of
he
fact, not only that, but let's not forget too, man. Mero came out and said that the Knicks is gonna sweep everybody.
He said that?
He said that on first take. He said
Wow.
the Knicks are gonna sweep Philly. The Knicks are gonna sweep whoever wins Cleveland and Detroit. Yeah,
And they
he said they're
clowned
gonna
him
run the
too,
table.
right? They probably clowned him too on that shit.
Oh, they roasted them. Everybody was like, "Yo, you don't know what you're talking
Shout
about.
out to
You don't know
Big
basketball."
Perk for being a writer. They said Perk needs a spot on the float for the parade if the Knicks win.
Perk was the one. Perk was the one analyst who believed in us for the past 3 or 4 years.
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
But listen, I watch a lot, and Big Perk says some. Big Perk ain't too bright, so don't jump on him. Don't do that Perk thing too fast, because my man ain't right
Yeah,
up top a little bit.
Hey, he's better than
he
Paul Pierce. He's better than
he's
Paul Pierce.
Kendrick Perkins can say some egregious shit sometimes, but he's right a lot more times than people choose to give him credit for. He is right a lot more times than people choose to give him credit for.
Mm-hmm.
And with that being said, if I can finish mine, I'm gonna give props to this last commenter. It says Spurs barely beat OKC without J Dub, AJ, and Chet. Knicks are gonna steamroll them.
I hope so.
One game at a time, kid. One
Yes,
game at
sir.
a time.
Yes,
And then
sir.
he sent one more comment through, and then we'll be done. Chet was useless and was better off not playing, which is why I included him. Yo, the video that I watched this woman roast Chet was she called him you little bird chest, this, that, and the third motherfucking.
Damn.
She went off on him. But we gonna go off on you if you don't order from Hooks Rub. 20% off your order using that code starting5. And we out.
Yes, sir.
See y'all
Yes,
next
sir.
week. Don't forget the homework, y'all.